Chapter 161. T. Do you think I'm a fool? Qin Baiyuan grabbed her wrist with one hand and grabbed the bottle of wine with the other. Did he drink this wine? Can't two women drink wine together? You're lying. You're being unreasonable. Shi Shujing was like an irritated lion cub. He pulled his wrist back and took a step back. His hair was messy and his eyes were crazy. So what if I'm having dinner with him? We're about to get divorced. What's your business? We're not divorced yet. As long as your name is on the marriage certificate, I have the right to control you. Qin Baiyuan approached her. Didn't you say that you're finished? What do you mean now? Rekindling? I'd be a fool to believe that you're here on a business trip. Don't slander me. I'm here on a business trip. I didn't expect him to come. Didn't expect? I think you're in cahoots. You pretended to break up to lower my guard. You're so smart. Shi Shujing was tired of dealing with his rudeness. Whether I'm with him or break up with him, it's between him and me. It has nothing to do with you. We're already in this state. Can you let me go? Let you go? If I could let you go, I wouldn't have come all the way here. You really don't know why I'm here? Qin Baiyuan wanted to say that he didn't come to catch her in the act. Even if he didn't hear the news that Mr. C was coming, he would still finish his work and rush over because he wanted to see her. But it was meaningless to say these words under such circumstances. Instead, it would make her laugh at him. You just can't bear to see me doing well. You want to take revenge on me and make me suffer as much as you do. That's right. Qin Baiyuan was provoked and hardened his heart. Anyway, I'm here. Don't think about being with him. You're so annoying. I don't care if I'm annoying. Qin Baiyuan's face was a little twisted. The more annoying you are, the happier I am. At least for now, he could still affect her emotions. One day in the future, when he could no longer affect her emotions, he would be heartbroken. Don't mix business and personal matters. Everything is going smoothly here. We don't need you. You only need him. What do you need me for? Besides, I'm not here to cater to your needs. Qin Baiyuan didn't want to see such a tense atmosphere the moment they arrived. Qin Baiyuan forced himself to calm down and grumbled. I haven't eaten anything on the way here. I'm hungry. Does it have anything to do with me? If you're hungry, go eat. Do you want me to feed you? Do you really want to quarrel with me? I'm telling you, I'm not in a good mood right now. Don't provoke me. Shi Shujing replied sarcastically. When have you ever been in a good mood when it comes to me? Anyway, I'm a thorn in your side. I can't be bothered to argue with you. Qin Baiyuan rolled his eyes. Eat with me. Shi Shujing was about to refuse when he suddenly remembered that Si Wenxin was still hiding in the washroom. It was good to distract Qin Baiyuan first. But if she was too obedient, he would probably suspect something. So he still refused. I've already eaten. I'm not in the mood to watch you eat. This is an order. You have no choice. Qin Baiyuan threw this sentence and grabbed Shi Shujing's hand without any explanation. She used her other hand to break his fingers. If you want to talk, just talk. Don't touch me. I'm not something that you can drag here and there. You better show some respect. You want me to show respect? You don't deserve it. Your luggage? I'll sleep here tonight. I'll leave my luggage here. Stop nagging. I'm sick of it. The two of them went out noisily. Si Wenxin just came out of the washroom. His fists were clenched tightly. The veins on the back of his hands were bulging. He was very depressed. Shi Shujing was dragged to the dining room by Qin Baiyuan. Her heart was full of Si Wenxin. He must be very depressed when he was hiding in the washroom just now. It was not easy for them to reconcile. She did not want to provoke him again because of this matter and cause any conflict. Qin Baiyuan knocked his fingers in front of her. Come back to your senses. What are you thinking about? Shi Shujing curled her lips. Anyway, I'm not thinking about you. Why do you care what I'm thinking? You're not allowed to think about other men in front of me. You can control me, but you can't control my thoughts. Qin Baiyuan changed the topic. What do you want to eat? I'm not eating. That's true. Qin Baiyuan flipped through the menu casually. You're both full just now. You're quite smart to lead the other colleagues away. No one will disturb you. Shi Shujing was also annoyed. If you want to eat, then eat. Don't look for trouble. Qin Baiyuan ordered a business set meal and asked, what's the itinerary for coming to Wuzhen this time? If you want to know, go back and read it. The secretary has sent it to you. I want to hear it from you personally. He had an attitude of, if I want to, you have to do as I say. Shi Shujing did not want to have a conflict with him in public, so she patiently reported it to him. Qin Baiyuan was sarcastic after listening to it. Is it worth it for you to mobilize a team of 25 elites to come to Wuzhen for such a trivial matter? Obviously he did not think that her purpose was for work. But Shi Shujing had a clear conscience about this. Why don't you look at the state of the project in Flozhen City? If we don't tighten the security, do you want the project in Wuzhen City to be delayed? I think you're the one who had a conflict with Si Wenchen and he's making use of it. Now that you've reconciled, what's the problem? Speaking of this, Shi Shujing thought of Yin Jingqi. Qin Yuning was hospitalized, and his mother had such an incident at this time. It must have been a huge blow to him. Thinking of this, he felt a little sympathy for him. Why are you looking at me like that? Did you find me very good looking? As he spoke, he winked at her. Shi Shujing was at a loss for words. They had just quarreled and now he was smiling mischievously. He really did not know what Qin Baiyuan was thinking. How could he know that his heart was bitter? He was just forcing a smile. He did not want to cling to the entanglements of the past. He just wanted to save her and save this marriage. Perhaps she did not notice that when he spoke to her, he would occasionally have a flattering tone. Qin Baiyuan ate slowly, chewing slowly, exhausting Shi Shujing's patience. She regretted not bringing her cell phone to pass the time. His beautiful appearance used to be very attractive to her, but now it had no magic at all. She felt tired of looking at him. It was not easy to wait until the young master finished his meal. The two of them walked back to the hotel. Shi Shujing was walking outside and for a moment she was not paying attention. A car rushed over from the opposite side. Fortunately, Qin Baiyuan was quick and pulled her into his arms. The car brushed past her, scaring her. Are you okay? A low voice came from above his head, and his breathing was unstable. Shi Shujing was still in a state of shock. I say, don't you look at the road when you walk? Did you not wear glasses or did you not bring your brain? It doesn't matter if you hit me, but someone else will have to pay for it. Just a little bit of gratitude was instantly broken, and Shi Shujing was sullen. You always only know how to blame me, why don't you know how to blame someone else? It's the car owner who drove without looking. Shi Shujing returned to the room and looked at the bathroom first. Si Wenchen had already left and Qin Baiyuan followed in. She impolitely stuffed the suitcase to him. You go. Where should I go? I'm staying here tonight. This is my room. That's why I'm staying here. They all know that I'm here and we sleep in separate rooms. Do you want to tell the world that our relationship is not harmonious? Shi Shujing felt ridiculous. Is it interesting to act like this? Outsiders may be deceived by you, but who in the company doesn't know how our relationship is? If you stay in the same room with me, others will only say that you are bad, and you don't even let go of your wife. They will only laugh at you. Qin Baiyuan sat down and spread his hands. So what? Do you think I care about what others think? Shi Shujing stood there for a while, trying to suppress his irritation, closed his eyes to adjust his mentality, and then sat opposite him. Tell me, what do you want? His voice was very light, very deep, and surprisingly calm. I want to start over with you. Qin Baiyuan looked into her eyes and said seriously, do you think it's possible? As long as you work hard, nothing is impossible. Qin Baiyuan himself was not a noble person, and he could not even count the number of women he had played with. Shi Shujing, you and I have done a lot of ridiculous things in the past, and this marriage is also a torture for both of us, but I don't know when it started, but I care more and more about you. Now, I really just want to be with you. Is that okay? Qin Baiyuan's posture was very, very low, and he looked like he was begging for something. It's too late. If you said these words to me a few months ago, I would not hesitate, but now, my heart is no longer with you, and this is the most irreversible. There's no chance at all? Shi Shujing shook his head. No. This is my answer, no matter when you ask me in the future, it will be the same. For me, from the moment I fell in love with him, we are over. The bar was bright and the music was loud. Young men and women each with their own purpose. Beside the bar, a handsome man was drinking, and there were already 2 empty bottles in his hand. He had drunk so much that his face was red, but he did not stop for a moment and kept pouring liquor very fast. Cough, cough, cough. His chest was heaving violently. Give me another bottle. The bartender hesitated for a few seconds. He grabbed the empty bottle and smashed it. I asked you to give me liquor, did you hear me? The bartender had to give him a bottle of the same liquor. Women kept coming to talk to Qin Baiyuan, but they were all driven away by him. His eyes were red and he looked very scary. Shi Shujing's words about falling in love with Mr. C kept echoing in his mind, and he said that it was over between them. Thinking of this, the pain was like thousands of arrows piercing his heart, and he was going to be tortured to death. Why did that woman have to be so cruel? She had loved him for more than 10 years, why couldn't she continue to love him? Why did she have a change of heart? Damn it. Boss Qin? A young girl patted him on the shoulder. Hey, it's really you? When did you come to Wuxia City? Qin Baiyuan had no impression of her, so he asked drunkenly. Chapter 162. I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Zhang Jing, the designer of Blue Sky. You definitely don't know me, but I know you. By the way, I have a good relationship with Manager Shi. Qin Baiyuan raised his head and gulped down a glass of wine. Don't mention that woman to me. What's wrong? Did you two quarrel? I can see that you're not in a good mood. But it's dangerous for you to drink like this. Drink less. Zhang Jing sat beside him and asked for a glass of lemon juice. Her smile was a little playful. Tell me what's bothering you. Maybe I can help you. Hee. Help me? Why would you help me? Qin Baiyuan continued to drink. Now, only wine can help me, but why was he getting more sober as he drank? The more sober he was, the more painful the torture was. He was going crazy. You can't say that. Even if I can't help you, I can listen to your complaints. It'll be a lot easier to talk about those unhappy things. You can treat me like a trash can. It's okay. After being given the cold shoulder by Shi Shujing, Qin Baiyuan now had a stomach full of grievances. He also wanted to find someone to talk to. Plus he was drunk. No matter who the person was, he asked directly. Do you know about her and Mr. C? But I've heard rumors about them, but they should be fake. Manager Shi is a good woman. She doesn't seem like someone who would do such a thing. She's good at pretending. Hypocritical. She's so noble, but now she's going to run away with a wild man. Qin Baiyuan was so angry that his eyes were red. He was even gasping for air when he spoke. You mean, she and Mr. C are not just rumors? Actually, I think Mr. C treats her very special, but I thought she rejected him. Could it be that you misunderstood? I didn't misunderstand. Qin Baiyuan roared. His chest was heaving up and down. She admitted that she had a change of heart. She even wanted to divorce me for that wild man. Is that still a misunderstanding? Zhang Jing was very surprised. Divorce? Really? I don't want a divorce. Qin Baiyuan's angry expression instantly turned into bitterness. Pain and helplessness spread across his face. I really don't want to leave. I've already lowered myself to beg her. Why won't she give me a chance? Could it be that our 3 years of marriage can't compare to a man we've only known for a few months? Why are you doing this to me? Qin Baiyuan grabbed Zhang Jing's hand and asked anxiously. Tell me, how can I win back her heart? I don't want to divorce her. Tell me. It hurts? President Qin, don't do this. Zhang Jing's face scrunched up in pain. Let go. Tell me. Say it. What should I do? Qin Baiyuan roared like a helpless child. I know I was ridiculous in the past, but I will change. Why don't you even give me a chance? She's so cruel. All the strength in his body was suddenly drained. He leaned on Zhang Jing's shoulder tiredly, tears flashing in his eyes. What should I do? Zhang Jing raised her hand hesitantly and gently stroked the back of his head, comforting him gently. It's okay, everything will be fine. Everything will be fine. Shi Shujing looked at her watch. Qin Baiyuan had left for an hour. She wasn't sure if he would come back tonight. She kept pacing back and forth in the room. Several times she wanted to go out, but she held back. What if Qin Baiyuan came back and didn't see her? But in the end, another strong impulse won over her reason. Shi Shujing trotted out of the door. Ding dong. Ding dong. It was midnight. Ding dong. Ding dong. Shi Shujing rang the doorbell several times, but there was no response. Could it be that he had left? She had just taken out her phone to make a call when the door opened. Si Wenchen was standing behind the door with one hand holding the door open. He had just showered, so his hair was still wet. Between the wet strands of hair, a pair of deep dark eyes were looking down at her from above. Shi Shujing's heart skipped a beat, and she hung up the phone nervously. Looking for me? Yeah. She bit her lips. It took a lot of courage to stand here. What's the matter? If you haven't rested yet, can I go in and talk? Shi Shujing stood at the door uneasily and didn't dare to make eye contact with him. Si Wenchen looked at her for a while and turned to enter the room. Shi Shujing closed the door and followed him like an innocent wife. She stood behind him with her head lowered. He lit a cigarette and started to puff. Outside the floor-to-ceiling glass window was the night view, and the reflection of the two of them could be seen. He was tall and handsome. In the slightly tipsy smoke, He squinted his deep wolf-like eyes. His lips were relaxed and he seemed to be examining her. She couldn't see through his facial features. He took a deep puff and exhaled slowly, accompanied by his deep voice. Are you here to be punished? I'm here to apologize. Shi Shujing clenched her fists. I'm sorry. I'm sorry? His smile was rippling, and there was a gentleness in his cold facial features. What have you done to me? Just now, you were wronged. You must be very angry. What do you mean? Si Wenqin turned around. His brows were very relaxed and he didn't look unhappy at all. Our relationship has always been shameful. It's normal for me to hide. Shi Shujing knew that he said those words out of anger. In such a situation, any man would find it unbearable, let alone Si Wenqin. That was a great insult to his dignity. Perhaps she cared too much about it, but when he was wronged, she felt as though her heart was being cut by a knife. What about him? You mean? Qin Baiyuan? Si Wenqin really didn't like this name when it came out of her cute little mouth. His action of smoking became even fiercer. We quarreled. After he left in anger, he disappeared. I don't know where he went. She didn't want to know either. It sounds like it's my fault. I'm sorry that I caused a conflict between you two. Can you not say that? Shi Shujing's brows were tightly knitted. I'm very upset when you say that. I'm just telling the truth. Does he know that you're here? After dealing with him, he came to find me again. Won't it be difficult for you to deal with two men? Are you going to quarrel with me too? You know why I'm here. Si Wenqin blew a smoke ring and asked lightly. What? He asked even though he knew the answer. Because I care about you. I don't want you to be angry. It wasn't easy for us to reconcile. I don't want our relationship to be affected by other people. Si Wenqin looked at her and felt a little heartache. He was really surprised when she stood at the door just now. Based on his understanding of her, she would usually choose to escape when she encountered such a situation. This seemed to be the first time she took the initiative to explain and apologize to him. At that moment he was very shocked and touched, because this meant that there was a major turning point between them. It also meant that she cared about him more than Qin Baiyuan. With a little bit of revenge in his heart, coupled with the fact that he wanted to hear her say those words, he deliberately treated her coldly. His eyes were already faintly flashing with a trace of joy. Si Wenqin suppressed his joy and his face still had a bit of coldness. What's our relationship? I can't give you an answer right now. I only know that I like you very much. I like you very much. Whenever I think of you being angry, my heart feels very uncomfortable. When I'm with Qin Baiyuan, my mind is filled with you. I realize that Qin Baiyuan no longer means anything to me. I don't even have him in my eyes. My heart is filled with you now. Just as she finished speaking, Si Wenqin strode over and domineeringly wrapped his arms around Shi Shujing's waist and pulled her into his arms. He fiercely covered her lips and moved intensely. Shi Shujing's body was about to be broken. Her lips were also painful, but she felt very happy. Si Wenqin was extremely excited. His eyes were shining with excitement as he stared at her red little face and gritted his teeth. Little vixen, you only know how to torture me. Tonight you can't escape. After saying that, he carried her horizontally and strode into the bedroom. He threw her on the bed and pressed his strong body down. Si Wenqin grabbed both of her wrists and pulled them above her head. Like a ferocious wolf looking at his prey, his eyes were red. You love me? Si Wenqin gently bit the side of her fragrant neck and pecked at her skin. I love you, she couldn't help but arched her body. Her body was burning and her heart was beating very quickly. Good girl, Si Wenqin smiled in satisfaction. When everything was over, Shi Shujing put on her clothes with her back facing Si Wenqin. That snow-white beautiful back and black soft hair made Si Wenqin's heart itch unbearably and his voice became low. Must you leave? Shi Shujing flicked her hair. What if Qin Baiyuan comes back and doesn't see me? He'll come looking for trouble again. Why would I be afraid? Si Wenqin raised his eyebrows arrogantly. It'll be better if he sees me. Shi Shujing looked back at him and pouted coquettishly. You're so annoying. She got up and walked over. She was pulled into Si Wenqin's arms. Hey, you. As soon as she saw his muscular chest and firm chin, she blushed again, looking very delicate. What are you doing? Are you really leaving? It's already 3 o'clock. Why don't you stay here for the night? No, what if he's here? I don't like this feeling. It's as if I'm no longer useful and will be thrown away. Si Wenqin's eyes and tone were full of resentment. You have to be responsible for me, Shi Shujing couldn't help laughing. As the CEO of the Ocean Group, she was also very charming when she acted coquettishly. You're a man. Is it appropriate for you to say this to me? You should be the one to be responsible for me. Fine. Then I'll be responsible for you. Si Wenchen lifted her chin and kissed her heavily on the lips. Stay. His tenderness melted all of Shi Shujing's strength. God knew how much she wanted to stay by his side. It took her a lot of effort to say that she wanted to leave. Don't be like this. Otherwise, I won't be able to leave. You know I can't bear to. Don't leave if you can't bear to. No. What happened tonight is already crazy. I can't be too willful. I promise you we'll get a divorce as soon as possible. Chapter 163. Shi Shujing nodded. That's what he meant. I don't know what he's thinking. Maybe he needs someone to support him as the Qin family has been through too many things recently. Or maybe he's unwilling. Men all have this deep-rooted bad habit. What's wrong? Are you unhappy? I don't like him pestering my woman. Shi Shujing coaxed him gently. I have no feelings for him anymore. But because of that damn marriage certificate you have to go back to him now. I want to kill him when I think of you staying together. Si Wenchen's eyes were as cold as ice, full of murderous intent. Don't say that. Shi Shujing held his face in her hands. I'll think of a way. Trust me. Si Wenchen wanted to be angry, but he couldn't get angry when he looked at Shi Shujing's face. He sighed helplessly and pinched her nose. I really don't know what to do with you. That means you've fallen for her. Only when a man loves a woman very much will he feel helpless about not knowing what to do with her. Shi Shujing smiled. Her eyes were like crescent moons. I'm very happy. You only know how to torture me. Qin Baiyuan was drunk. When he woke up he had a splitting headache. His whole body felt like it was about to explode. His hoarse throat made a painful sound. It hurts? He propped up his body with difficulty and found himself in an unfamiliar room. You're awake. An unfamiliar woman came over and poured him a glass of water. This wasn't the first time something like this had happened to Qin Baiyuan. He took the cup and gulped down a large mouthful of water. He waited for the dryness in his throat to subside before asking, Who are you? Zhang Jing, have you forgotten again? I met you at the bar last night. You told me a lot of troubles. Qin Baiyuan had a little impression of her. You're the designer of Blue Sky. Qin Baiyuan supported his body with his hands. What did I tell you? Everyone is saying that you and Shi Shujing don't get along, and she betrayed you and wants to divorce you. Qin Baiyuan was stunned. What did I tell you? Is it that surprising? Zhang Jing smiled and looked very calm. When people are drunk they like to pour out their grievances. Words that they usually can't say are said out loud with the help of alcohol. Besides, I'm a secretive person. I won't tell anyone. Are you hungry? Do you want to order breakfast? No need. Did you help me back to my room last night? Yes. You fainted last night, and I was afraid that she would misunderstand if I helped you back to Shi Shujing, so I had to bring you back to my room first. Coincidentally, my roommate went to look for a friend and didn't come back. Did anything happen to us? Zhang Jing joked. You're already so drunk. Even if you wanted to do something you wouldn't be able to, right? Qin Baiyuan warned her with a gloomy face. She didn't look like she was lying. You'd better be telling the truth. If you dare to plot against me, I won't let you off easily. Come on, what could I plot against you? I heard you pour out a lot of grievances last night. Not only did you not thank me but you even threatened me. I'm really a good person. Qin Baiyuan's intuition told him that women were not trustworthy. They were good at lying. He couldn't tell them apart at the moment. He just wanted to leave this place and got out of bed. And about last night, I know. I promise I won't say a word. Don't worry. Oh, by the way, you asked me last night how you can make her change her heart. From a woman's point of view, a woman who has a change of heart is actually crueler than a man. It's hard to turn back. Moreover, her lover is Mr. C. Unless he doesn't want her anymore. Otherwise, you'd better let her go. Qin Baiyuan's eyes twitched and his face turned blue. He warned her coldly. You don't know anything. Don't point fingers here. It's my business. It's none of your business. Shi Shujing finished breakfast and returned to the room. Qin Baiyuan had just taken a shower and there was still a little smell of alcohol on him. She didn't know where he was fooling around last night. She didn't want to care about that. She just regretted not staying at Si Wenchen's place last night. Of course, she didn't care about Qin Baiyuan's feelings. She just wanted to avoid him running to see Wenqin's place and making a scene. Qin Baiyuan came out of the bathroom and said while wiping his hair. Last night you don't have to report to me. I'm not interested in your whereabouts. He frowned unhappily. Then where did you go? Where did you spend the night? I won't interfere with your whereabouts. You don't have to worry about me either. You have a bad temper now. Is it necessary to be tit for tat? Shi Shujing ignored him. She took out her phone and was about to inform him of the meeting in half an hour when a text message came in. Si Wenqin said that he had an urgent matter and had to return to Quicksand City. She suddenly felt lost. Whose text message? Qin Baiyuan was very sensitive and reached out to grab it. Shi Shujing hurriedly avoided it. Don't touch my phone. How many shameful secrets are there in it? Shi Shujing was disgusted by his sarcasm and even more disgusted by his self-righteousness. Why do you care about me? Do you know how to respect others? Have I seen your phone? I'm not afraid to show it to you. I'm not interested. When are you going to Quicksand City? Qin Baiyuan threw the towel on the sofa, opened his suitcase, took out a shirt and put it on. I'll go back when you come back. It's useless for you to stay here. I'm your boss. Watch your tone. My dad said that I'll be responsible for this project in the future. You'll be my assistant. That's up to you. The meeting is in half an hour. I didn't bring the documents. You go and prepare them for me. Shi Shujing finally understood that he was here to drag him down. In the Blue Sky Wuzhen branch meeting, it was the first time for the staff of the branch to see the beautiful face of the legendary Blue Sky young master, who was said to be a pear blossom tree overshadowing the begonia, and they were all amazed. Shi Shujing presided over the meeting. Seeing that it was almost time to start, the branch designer asked, "Is Mr. C not coming?" For a moment, all eyes were looking at Shi Shujing. She said seriously, "Mr. C has something to do in Quicksand City." Everyone's eyes were even more strange. Qin Baiyuan, the real husband, came and Mr. C left. How could this be just a coincidence? It was even more certain that there was something fishy going on between Shi Shujing and Mr. C. She tried to focus on the report, but those gossips at the headquarters were whispering again. The intranet was closed. They were secretly passing notes, thinking that no one would see them if they were sitting far away. What they didn't know was that Qin Baiyuan had seen it all. While they were happily chatting on the paper, he suddenly interrupted his report. His eyes stared at them with a sharp gaze. "What are you talking about? Why are you so happy?" The one holding the note was startled and quickly hid the note behind her. "No, nothing." The others also turned pale and did not dare to make a sound. "Since the meeting you haven't stopped. What's so interesting? Share it with everyone?" She looked at the others anxiously, and they quickly turned their faces away. "We are drawing the design. Really? Show it to everyone." Qin Baiyuan pointed his chin. Show the design to everyone. Even though she was not the main character, Shi Shujing still had a feeling that a disaster was about to befall her. She was worried for those people. General Manager. The little girl was scared out of her wits. At the last second she wanted to swallow the paper, but it was snatched away. The paper was handed over to Qin Baiyuan. He glanced at it. It was all about the triangle relationship between him and Shi Shujing. They said that Shi Shujing was a B*Tsich, and then laughed at him for pretending that nothing had happened. They said that he was not as good as Mr. C. They were as quiet as cicadas in winter. Qin Baiyuan calmly retracted his gaze and looked at them. "You're fired. Pack your bags and go back to Sand City immediately." Shi Shujing was stunned. She did not expect him to be so ruthless. She brought a few female designers to the headquarters. Except for Zhang Jing, who was sitting next to her, the other four were involved. It seemed a bit ruthless to fire 4 people at once. "General Manager, I'm sorry, General Manager, I don't want to listen to your nonsense. Get out of my sight immediately." Qin Baiyuan looked calm and his tone was not harsh. But his words still carried a lot of weight. Several female designers cried and ran out while holding back their tears. The atmosphere of the meeting suddenly became very solemn. Qin Baiyuan smiled slightly. "Continue the meeting." After the meeting ended, Shi Shujing and her group went to the construction site to inspect and measure. The others took the bus while Shi Shujing sat in Qin Baiyuan's car. Along the way she kept thinking about the few people who had been fired. She held it in for the whole journey, but when she was about to get off the bus she couldn't hold it in anymore. "Weren't you a little too extreme just now? Just give them a warning. There's no need to fire them all." Do you know what they said about you? It's not the first day. How can I not know? In the end, it's just those things. You're really a teenage mutant ninja turtle, Qin Baiyuan said sarcastically. But I'm not as great as you. If they dare to make irresponsible remarks in front of me, I can tell them to get lost. They're girls after all, so. Everything can be changed, but women love to gossip. This is something that can never be changed. Qin Baiyuan shook his finger. He wore a pair of sunglasses, revealing his beautiful thin lips. The corners of his mouth were curled up in a mocking smile. In the past, women loved to gossip. This is a serious crime and must be punished severely. Did I spend money to invite them to gossip about me? Their mouths are a little cheap, but their working ability is not bad. Sure, Shujing, I realize that there's something wrong with your brain. Others don't treat you well, but you speak up for them. You think you're great, but others say that you're a fool. I'm a person who distinguishes kindness and grudges clearly. If people don't offend me, I won't offend them. If people offend me, I'll pay them back. However, don't misunderstand that I'm doing this for you. I'm doing this for myself. She didn't say anything. There was no need to continue discussing this issue. He was the one in power and she was just a subordinate. How could she have the right to criticize him? Chapter 164. Does your head still hurt? Zhang Jing walked over and asked. Qin Baiyuan raised his head and looked at her impatiently through his sunglasses. Why are you here again? Headache. I have painkillers. You're so annoying. Can't you give me some peace? Zhang Jing shrugged her shoulders and smiled. Did you eat gunpowder today? Why are you so grumpy? You fired 4 designers at once. That's too ruthless. Fortunately, I didn't sit with them or I would have been implicated. Get out of here if you continue to talk nonsense. Also, no matter what I said last night, pretend that you didn't hear it. If a word gets out, I won't let you off. Got it? But is it worth it? Zhang Jing looked at Shi Shujing. You've done so many things for a woman who has a change of heart. You're in pain, she's in pain too. Why do you continue to pester her? How nice would it be to let go and leave some dignity for yourself? What qualifications do you have to say these words? Are you a savior? Qin Baiyuan looked disgusted. I hate women who think they're yours the most. Shut up. Shi Shujing accidentally saw Qin Baiyuan and Zhang Jing standing together. He felt a little strange and asked while checking the materials with Zhang Jing. What did you say to the general manager just now? Nothing. We were just talking about the project. Are you jealous? Zhang Jing blinked playfully. She looked into Shi Shujing's eyes when she spoke. Her eyes were clear and frank and she didn't seem to be lying. Shi Shujing didn't think much and shook her head. I'm not jealous. She just felt strange that they talked about the same thing. She thought that Zhang Jing was a good girl and didn't want Qin Baiyuan to mess with her. Not jealous? Is it because you trust him, or do you like Mr. C and don't care about him? Don't make wild guesses. Get to work. It was very hot that day. The weather report showed that it was nearly 40 degrees. It was so hot that Shi Shujing felt dizzy. He vaguely heard someone shouting anxiously. Be careful, get out of the way. Looking up, in the dazzling white light, a huge object smashed down. She couldn't move her legs at all. In a flash, a figure pounced over and pushed her to the side. A steel bar on the crane suddenly fell. The accident happened so suddenly that no one could react. They only heard a loud bang. When they rushed over, they saw 2 people lying on the ground. Qin Baiyuan's hands were tightly protecting Shi Shujing. Everyone rushed the 2 to the hospital. Under the protection of Qin Baiyuan, Shi Shujing was not injured, but he had a slight concussion. There was a long cut on his right hand, and he needed to stay in the hospital for observation for a few days. One of Qin Baiyuan's hands was in a cast, and there were a few scratches on his face, which made him look quite funny. He tried to move his arm, but the pain made him grimace. Don't move. You're already in this state, yet you're still not behaving. Shi Shujing said. Isn't it all because of you? A perfectly fine person was turned into this by you. You must have been sent by God to screw me over. My nemesis. Qin Baiyuan complained. I didn't ask you to save me. Do you still have a conscience to say this now? Qin Baiyuan shouted. Shi Shujing was silent. She was so scared at that time that she didn't know what was going on. Later, she heard that a steel bar fell from the crane. At that time, the situation was very critical, and it was Qin Baiyuan who risked his life to save her. She felt very shocked. It was a matter of life and death. Qin Baiyuan didn't have a second to think about it. Saving her was almost an instinctive reaction. She didn't expect that he would risk his life to save her. She must have been touched in her heart, but she didn't want to admit it verbally. It was a normal way for them to interact with each other, but he risked his life to save her, which made her feel at a loss. The ringtone broke the silence. When Shi Shujing saw that it was Yin Jingqi's call, he knew that it was a punitive expedition against him. He took a look at Qin Baiyuan and answered it. Immediately there came a barrage of questions. Shi Shujing, what's the matter with you? You courted death and hurt our Qin Baiyuan. Do you want to kill him on purpose? No one wants to have an accident at the construction site. What accident at the construction site? Either you did it on purpose or God has eyes to punish you. You deserve it. Now you hurt my son. You are really vicious. Why didn't the one who should die die? Anyone would be annoyed by the word, die. Shi Shujing couldn't help frowning. Yin Jingqi's scolding was so loud that even Qin Baiyuan beside her heard it clearly. He motioned to Shi Shujing to give him the phone. It's me. It's not Shi Shujing's fault. It happened so suddenly that no one expected it. Qin Baiyuan didn't know how to explain to Yin Jingqi that he risked his life to save Shi Shujing, so he simply didn't say it. Don't ask me. I have a headache. It's just a minor injury. You don't have to come. Anyway, it has nothing to do with Shi Shujing. Don't blame her. That's all. Don't come. I'll go back in 2 days. Taking back the phone, Shi Shujing pursed his lips. You don't have to say good words for me. I'm responsible for it. I think you deserve to be scolded. I didn't do it for you. I just don't want my mom to be angry. She will be angrier if you protect me like this. Shi Shujing could imagine the scene of Yin Jingqi smashing things and cursing him to go to hell. No one wants to have an accident. The key is that he is fine. Such a humane sentence came out of his mouth. Shi Shujing didn't know how to answer. If I'm disabled, will you still divorce me in order to save you? A thought flashed through Qin Baiyuan's mind, and he unconsciously said it. Shi Shujing was adjusting the air conditioner. His fingers paused for a moment and then he said lightly. You just hurt your hand. You won't be disabled. I mean if, for example, my legs are disabled and I can't get out of bed, will you stay with me every day? Shi Shujing realized that he was very reluctant to think about this question. I never worry about what if. It's boring. She turned her side to him. Her eyebrows were relaxed and her expression was very calm. In Qin Baiyuan's eyes she looked a little cold. In fact, he knew the answer. If she used physical disability as a shackle to bind her for life, it would be a pain for both of them. However, when people are desperate to a certain extent, as long as there is a glimmer of hope, they don't want to give up. Even he had such a stupid moment. He wanted to say something sarcastic to dissolve the embarrassment and disappointment at the moment. But before Qin Baiyuan could open his mouth, Shi Shujing spoke first. The doctor said he wants to prescribe medicine. I'll go to his office. Flozen City. At the airport. A tall and elegant figure walked out. She was holding a suitcase with one hand. That person was 175 meters tall and stood out. Probably because of long-term exercise, her body was strong and her facial features were charming. From head to toe, she had the posture of a strong and powerful woman. Okay, I got it. I'll give you 3 days. I only want results. She waved at a figure in the crowd and hung up the phone. Si Wenxin walked over. Sister, welcome back. He took the suitcase from her hand. Didn't I tell you? You don't have to make a special trip to pick me up. You went to Australia for a year. We haven't seen each other for so long. How can I not come? In our family, you're the only one with a conscience. Ceylon joked. She took big strides like a man. Since young, she wanted to be strong and do everything better than men. She and Si Wenxin had the same father but different mothers. Although they were more than 10 years apart, their relationship was as deep as that of a biological sister and brother. There was no generation gap. Si Wenxin was a very arrogant person. There were only 2 people who could convince him. One was his father and the other was his sister. Both of them were legends in the business world. Other than their similar height, the siblings' looks were very different. Si Wenxin had inherited more from Yang Yizhou. His facial features were exquisite, and his eyes were very beautiful. Si Lan, on the other hand, was more like Sibo Hong and was more robust. Who said that? Dad has always been thinking about you. Forget it. You're the only son in his eyes. No matter how well I do, it's meaningless to him. Si Wenxin was clear that this was the truth. His father valued men over women. No matter how outstanding Si Lan's results were, she was only the acting general manager. He had never really passed the power to her. He had protested against this before, but his father was very stubborn. He had never changed his mind after so many years. Look at how high-spirited you are. Did something good happen? No, it's still okay. Forget it. You and that guy called. Sure, Shujing, the rumors have been spreading like wildfire. You still say there's nothing going on? Lan sat in the back seat of the limousine and continued to ask. You're serious? I don't know. Why are you being shy with me? Do you think I don't know you? Lan teased. If you didn't have true feelings for me, those magazines wouldn't have dared to expose it. You must have received the news long ago and didn't stop it. You've defeated Qin Baiyuan. Well done. Si Wenshin's lips twitched. You're treating me as a tool for revenge? I'm not that bored. But then again, my relationship with Qin Yuning is not good. It doesn't mean that Yin Jingqi can steal my husband. A mistress is still so arrogant. It's really funny. Now that you've snatched her son's wife, it can be considered as helping me vent my anger. Let her have a taste of betrayal. I'm not with Shi Shujing for this. I know it's on the way. While speaking, Lan sent a text message to explain her work. But Dad, how are you going to explain it to him? He's so stubborn. I'm afraid that it won't be easy. I know. I don't want to disturb him for now. We'll talk about it after Shi Shujing gets a divorce. Divorce? You've already reached this step. No wonder you're so proud of yourself. That's true. How can that idiot Qin Baiyuan compare to my brother? Any woman with a bit of brain would choose you. Don't worry, I'll support you to the end. Lan patted his shoulder. Si Wenshin was amused. Do you want to help your brother, or do you want to take revenge and cause chaos in the Qin family? Both? However, my brother is still the most important. It's rare for you to like a woman. No matter who it is, I'll support you to the end. The two of them returned to the Si family's old mansion at the top of the mountain. Sibo Hong was playing military chess by himself when Si Wenshin knocked on the door. Dad, we're back. Chapter 165. Si Wenshin and Lan looked at each other and smiled. Other than earning money, Sibo Hong's other hobby was playing military chess. He could enjoy himself and was a chess addict. You still know to come back? Si Baihong raised his head. These words were directed at Si Wenshin, and there was a hint of resentment in his tone. How could I not know? I'm always thinking about it. You're just saying that you're filial, but you only come home a few times a month. You're like a wild horse. I really don't know what you're doing. Dad, I've brought you a gift. Lan walked forward. This tea is very effective for lowering blood lipids. Sibo Hong only nodded and did not take it. He turned around and chatted with Si Wenshin. His attitude towards his children had always been very different. Lan was used to it, but every time this happened she would still feel a little disappointed. Si Wenshin had been back for almost a year. He would come home at least once a week, but Sibo Hong still complained that it was not enough. Lan had not been back for a year, but he was so cold. Si Wenshin felt a little sorry for Lan and took the tea box. I've heard of this tea. It's just been developed. Sis must have spent a lot of effort to buy it. You must drink it regularly. If you move back home, you can remind me to drink it every day. Can't I just let the helper remind you? Helper? Can a helper compare to my son? I say, what are you doing every day? I asked you to take over Shangyang, but you refused. What do you want? I've worked so hard to build this empire and you don't care about it anymore? Sibo Hong's words made Si Wenshin's ears grow calluses. It's not like you don't know that I like to start my own business. Ocean Group is developing well now and I can't pull out at the last minute. I know you're capable, but you'll eventually have to go back to Shangyang. Why don't you just merge your company with Shangyang? Si Wenshin joked to ease the atmosphere. I don't want to take advantage of you. What advantage? Shangyang is yours to begin with. Don't you still have Sis? These years she has managed Shangyang very well. Since she has done so well, let her take over Shangyang. Everyone will be convinced. Si Baihong furrowed his brows. What can a woman accomplish? Back then he divorced Lan's mother not only because they didn't get along, but also because his mother had a difficult labor when she gave birth to Lan and lost the ability to have children. He couldn't accept handing the Si family to a woman no matter what. In his opinion, women were not suited to be in public. If not for his poor health and the fact that Si Wenshin was abroad most of the time, he would definitely not have let Lan enter Shangyang. Si Wenshin was speechless. What era is this? How can there still be such a ridiculous concept? Sister's ability is there for all to see. Whether I can succeed or not, you know very well. Alright, that's enough. Zilan smiled. I'm just temporarily taking over Shangyang. I've never thought about inheriting it. Wenqin, just listen to your dad and come back to Shangyang as soon as possible. You're a descendant of the Xi family after all, so you must take responsibility. Sibo Hong's expression softened a little. Did you hear that? Even she said that. Also, what's going on between you and that Shi Shujing? How did you get involved with a married woman? Si Wenqin guessed that Sibo Hong must have known about the matter between him and Shi Shujing for a long time, but he didn't ask about it. Now he finally couldn't hold it in anymore. Shi Shujing wasn't divorced yet, so if he admitted it directly, it wouldn't be good for him. Thus, he pretended to be indifferent and shrugged his shoulders. There's no such thing, the reporters are just spouting nonsense. I don't think so. Tell me the truth, don't force me to investigate. There's no such thing as an impenetrable wall in this world. We'll definitely find out if we investigate. If you want to do this, I can't do anything about it. Go ahead and investigate. Si Wenqin shrugged and let him be. Don't think I won't. I just don't want to use those methods on my own son, but if you force me, it's not like I won't do it. Do as you please. The father and son were about to start fighting again. Zilan quickly acted as the mediator. Is it worth it for such a small matter? Dad, Wenqin is an adult and he's mature and steady. He knows how to choose. Not to mention that there's nothing going on between him and Shi Shujing. Even if there's something going on, it's him. Enough, do you have the right to speak? Sibo Hong reprimanded. His attitude was completely different from before. What's your stance on this matter? If you're so capable, your marriage wouldn't be a mess. The intruder has already entered the house, yet you still refuse to divorce. What's the point of dragging it on? Don't you find it embarrassing? Zilan felt wronged. Didn't he know why she didn't divorce? She sacrificed herself for the sake of Blue Sky and Shangyang's cooperation. Did she really not feel anything when people made irresponsible remarks behind her back? But what did she get in return for her sacrifice? Sibo Hong had never valued her as a daughter. After she experienced a failed marriage, this family, this father, did not provide her with shelter. Instead, he thought that she had brought shame to the Xi family. In his eyes, only Si Wenqin was important. When she thought of this, her heart turned cold. She was sad because she couldn't get a fair treatment from her father. Do you know who Shi Shujing is? It's the wife of Qin Yuning and the intruder's son. What kind of good thing can that woman from that family be? Si Wenqin frowned and couldn't hold it in for a moment. Shi Shujing is Shi Shujing. The Qin family is the Qin family. Don't mix them up. Are you speaking up for her? You still say that you have nothing to do with each other? I'm telling the truth. I've interacted with Shi Shujing a few times. She's a good woman with a good character. A good woman would bring you such negative news? I think your IQ is high but your EQ is low. You've dated too few women and have been deceived by her appearance. In short, it's impossible for me to let a woman like that enter the family. Coupled with the relationship between the Qin family and the Xi family, there's no need to talk about it. Today I've said these words clearly. You're on your own. Si Wenqin was annoyed and wanted to refute, but Zilan gave him a look and he swallowed his words. In the end, he didn't want to cause trouble for Shi Shujing. The two of them left the room. Si Wenqin saw that Zilan was in a low mood and comforted her. She shook her head and pretended not to care. I'm not that weak. Besides, I'm used to it. It's fine. But you, Dad's attitude is so firm, you and Shi Shujing? She lowered her voice. What should I do? I don't know. Right now, I can only take it one step at a time. Si Wenqin took out his phone and saw that there were 2 missed calls from Shi Shujing. He instantly calmed down and walked to the side hall to call her back, but her phone was turned off. When Qin Baiyuan was hospitalized, Shi Shujing stayed in the hospital to take care of him out of a sense of responsibility. The young master was very difficult to serve, and he became even more delicate because he was hospitalized. He ordered her around all day long doing this and that. Anyway, she couldn't even sit on the chair. Taking care of him was more tiring than working. When Shi Shujing went to buy food, she was finally able to rest a little. She probably felt wronged and wanted to find someone to comfort her. Hesitantly, she called Si Wenqin. She did not intend to complain. Even if it was just to hear his voice, it would be good. However, after calling twice in a row, he did not pick up. Qin Baiyuan called again to rush her, asking if she had run away. She bought food and fed him spoonful by spoonful. Before she had time to eat, Qin Baiyuan asked for fruit again. Shi Shujing stared at him with her beautiful eyes wide open. You just finished your meal. You still want to eat? I'm a patient now. I need more nutrition. It's bad for your stomach to eat fruit right after dinner. Shi Shujing tried to reason with him, but Qin Baiyuan didn't care. I just want to eat. It's none of your business. Shi Shujing didn't want to quarrel with him. She took a basin of cherries to the bathroom to wash and took out her phone to see if Si Wenqin had texted her. Her hand slipped and the phone fell into the basin. When she fished it out, the screen was black. After washing the cherries and taking them out, Shi Shujing wiped her hands. I'm going out. Where are you going? The phone is flooded and the screen is black. I'm going to fix it. Shi Shujing specially took out her phone to prove it to him. It's flooded and can't be fixed. Your phone has been used for years. It should have been scrapped long ago. Buy a new one later. Why should I buy one that can be fixed? It's a waste of money. Look at how stingy you are. Don't you have enough money to buy a phone every month? Even if you have money, you can't waste it, Shi Shujing said. She felt that it was meaningless to talk about saving money with him, so she simply stopped talking. You rest first. I'll be back soon. Don't go. At most, I'll buy you a new one. I'll have someone send it over in a while. Fix it first. If it can't be fixed, then buy it. Two beautiful thick eyebrows knitted together. Why are you so annoying? You're the annoying one. I have the right to decide what to do with my phone. Up to you. Anyway, I'm injured now. I got injured because I saved you, Qin Baiyuan specially emphasized. You have the responsibility to stay and take care of me. I've taken care of you all day. I haven't rested for a minute today. Qin Baiyuan's attitude was extremely capricious. But you can't leave me alone. I'm just going to fix the phone. I'll be back soon. No. Who's going to take care of me if you're gone? You only hurt your hand. You can't take care of yourself. I'll be gone for half an hour. What can happen? Who knows? Qin Baiyuan racked his brains to think of a reason and shouted. I don't want to eat fruit. I want to take a bath. You wash me. I don't want it. You have to. My right hand is still in a cast. How can I wash it? Anyway, it's all your fault. You have to take responsibility. What are you looking at? Why don't you help me up? The two of them stared at each other for a while. Shi Shujing finally compromised, although she knew that his injury was not so serious that he couldn't even walk. Qin Baiyuan was too capricious. If he wanted to do something, he would achieve his goal. If he continued to be in a stalemate, he would only make himself more tired. As soon as he put his arm on Shi Shujing's shoulder, his whole body immediately pressed on her. With such a great force, Shi Shujing's legs went soft and she almost knelt on the ground. What about me? I'm a patient. How can I have the strength? He was lying with his eyes open. Obviously, one of his legs was not injured. He was deliberately making fun of her. Shi Shujing used all her strength to carry Qin Baiyuan into the bathroom. She let him lean against the wall and brought in a change of clothes and put them aside. Chapter 166. Qin Baiyuan raised his eyebrows and his attitude was very arrogant. Didn't I say it clearly just now? Help me wash it. I don't want to. Shi Shujing turned her head and left, but Qin Baiyuan was faster than her. He grabbed her wrist and pressed it against the wall. He pulled one of her hands above her head and struggled instinctively. Shi Shujing's eyes were red. What are you doing? Let go. In the dense water vapor, Qin Baiyuan's pair of obsidian black pupils became even more evil. His evil face was right above her lips, and it seemed that he would press down at any time. Waves of hot air sprayed on her face unscrupulously. She dodged left and right and his lips were entangled, but he was not really kissing her. Even though Qin Baiyuan's face was injured, it was still handsome and charming, but Shi Shujing was not the slightest bit bewitched. But her hand was firmly knocked down, and her whole body was nailed to the wall like a mosquito, unable to move. When she exerted a little strength, she was pressed back by Qin Baiyuan with greater strength, and she couldn't break free at all. He wantonly enjoyed her anxious but helpless look, and his heart was very happy. His neat white teeth were sucking in faint hot air. What? Are you angry? Get out of my way. Get lost? Is this how you treat your savior? Shi Shujing was very annoyed listening to this. Don't keep mentioning my savior all day long. I didn't beg you to save me. Now that you say it like this, weren't you scared out of your wits? If it weren't for me, you would be a pile of minced meat now. No matter what, I'm better than you. Qin Baiyuan smiled. I'm right, your greatest ability is that you're heartless and burn the bridge after crossing it. But you chose the wrong springboard. Don't expect me to let you go so easily. Get lost. Shi Shujing bent her knee with all her strength, but Qin Baiyuan quickly dodged it. You want me to die without descendants? You're really a ruthless woman. You deserve to die without descendants. What does it have to do with me? How is it none of your business? My dear wife. Qin Baiyuan gently touched her face as if he was the most affectionate man in the world. Haven't you always wanted a child? I'll give it to you. I don't want it. Shi Shujing was resolute. I don't want anything of yours. I just want to cut all ties with you. We've been entangled for more than 10 years. Since it's already so complicated, why not make it even more complicated? As he spoke, he suddenly kissed her lips, but Shi Shujing avoided him and screamed. You lunatic, let me go. Yes, I'm crazy. Qin Baiyuan's smile carried a kind of poignant madness. Crazy for you. She was the woman he hated the most in the world, but now she became the one he wanted the most, even more than his infatuation with Stony Moon, which drove Qin Baiyuan crazy step by step. He seemed to have lost his mind. Shi Shujing thought she couldn't escape, but at this time, Qin Baiyuan slightly relaxed his control of her and smiled. Look at you, do you really think I'll force you? I just asked you to help me bathe. If you don't want to, we'll be in a stalemate. What do you think? What? Hearing this title, Shi Shujing felt very disgusted. But if she refused him now, the consequences would be unpredictable, so she swallowed her saliva subconsciously. Let me go first. I'll help you bathe. Good. Only then did Qin Baiyuan let her go. After being tortured by Qin Baiyuan until midnight, Shi Shujing returned to the hotel. She was more tired than working overtime for several days. Her head was dizzy, and it took her a long time to find the room card. When she was about to open the door, she was suddenly hugged from behind. Her first reaction was that she met a bad guy. She screamed and pushed back with her elbow, but it was firmly wrapped by a firm fist, and a low voice came from behind her ear. It's me. Are you going to murder your husband? When Shi Shujing turned around and saw that it was him, she was stunned. After a few seconds, she screamed and jumped up to hug his neck. Why are you here? This warm welcome surprised Si Wenqin a little. Of course, he enjoyed it very much, so he put his arms around her waist and kissed her on the mouth. Did I scare you? Yes. But it's not a scare but a surprise. The tiredness was swept away in an instant. Shi Shujing was excited, hugging him like a koala and refused to let go. I was too dizzy just now and I didn't smell you. I thought I met a bad guy. Bad guys don't tease you. What do you mean? Do you think I'm ugly? No. They don't have the guts to touch my woman. They hugged each other and retreated into the room together. Si Wenqin hooked his leg and closed the door. He lowered his head and kissed her passionately. Shi Shujing's waist was almost broken by him. After the kiss, both of them were out of breath. Seeing her pink face full of love, Si Wenqin couldn't help kissing her lips a few more times and pinching her chin with his soft fingers. Did you miss me? Shi Shujing nodded like a chicken pecking rice. She was very obedient. Didn't you leave in a hurry? Why did you come back? You called me during the day and when I called back your phone was turned off. I was worried that something had happened to you. After asking, I learned that there was an accident at the construction site, so I came here immediately. I'm fine. It's Qin Baiyuan who was injured, but it's not serious. Si Wenqin touched her head and sighed silently. I just left and something happened to you. How can I rest assured? An accident at the construction site. Who could have expected it? The most important thing is that I'm standing in front of you now, safe and sound. Before coming, Si Wenqin had inquired clearly. Shi Shujing was not injured, but he still rushed here without stopping. He thought that as a girl she must be afraid after experiencing such a thing. At this time, as her man, he must accompany her. You came here because of this? Yes. I drove here by myself. It's been 4 hours and I'm still dizzy now. Si Wenqin rarely drove by himself. In addition, he was very nervous and tired all the way. Now that he was holding her in his arms, he revealed a tired look. Shi Shujing was touched, but she only complained a few words. Then why did you come here? I missed you. I was worried. Sit here. I brought some wind-repellent oil. I'll apply some for you. Shi Shujing took out the wind-repellent oil from the suitcase, poured a little on 2 fingers, stood behind Si Wenqin and massaged his temples. He leaned back on the sofa obediently, letting her do whatever she wanted. You're quite skilled. Have you learned it before? My mother has a headache, so I accompanied her to see the doctor. The doctor taught me. My wind-repellent oil is an old brand and it's very effective. You won't feel dizzy after a while. After massaging his temples for a while, she applied some more to him. Do you feel better? Much better. Si Wenxin touched her face gently. You're so virtuous. How could Qin Baiyuan be so blind to let me take advantage of you? Shi Shujing's lips curled up. It sounds like you're quite grateful to him? Of course not. That son of a bitch, I can't wait to tear him apart. I'm worried that if he saved you, will you change your decision to divorce? She leaned into his embrace and rested her head on his chest. Listening to the rise and fall of his heart, she felt incomparably at ease. In your opinion, my determination isn't that simple? You're too soft-hearted. It's easy for you to give up your own happiness for others. Not including this. She raised her face and looked into his eyes seriously. I'll definitely get a divorce and I'll hurry up. I only want to be with you now. I don't want to wrong myself and I don't want to wrong you. Sooner or later we'll have to get a divorce. If we continue to drag it on, it'll hurt both sides. When I go back this time, I'll find an opportunity to talk to Dad about the divorce. I won't let you wait too long. And? Si Wenxin's thin and cold lips landed on her forehead. Right now, the most important thing is Qin Yuning. I have a way to deal with Qin Baiyuan. He has to leave. Don't worry. Time was silent. They were speechless, but their hearts were calm and sweet. Tiredness spread, and Shi Shujing's eyelids began to struggle. Are you sleepy? Go to bed and rest. Si Wenxin glanced at his watch. It was already 2 in the morning. I have to go back to Flo's and City at 6. So urgent. There's an important meeting at 10 in the morning. I have to rush back. So, you're going back and forth for 8 hours just to see me? They hadn't even spent more than 5 hours together. Was it worth it to go through all this? Even if it's just a glance, I'll overcome all the obstacles and rush to your side. Shi Shujing's eyes turned red. In a hotel, Tang Nanli and Yin Jingqi entered the hotel one after another. When they were in the elevator, the two of them pretended not to know each other. Once they were out of the elevator, Tang Nanli couldn't wait to stick to Yin Jingqi and hug her from behind. She was anxious. She lowered her head and tried to get rid of the hand on her shoulder. Hey, let go, don't be like this. Outside, Tang Nanli was like an octopus clinging to her. After the project went wrong, Yin Jingqi had been angry at him. He was afraid that he wouldn't get the money, so he had been very attentive these days. He would call her to coax her. What are you afraid of? You're wrapped up tightly. Who would recognize you? Stop it. Yin Jingqi struggled a few more times. Whether or not she could be recognized was one thing, but it was too dangerous. She had a high status, so she had a guilty conscience. She always felt that everyone was looking at her. But Tang Nanli was a man and he was very tall. No matter what he did, he wouldn't let go. After struggling a few times, she lost her temper and pouted coquettishly. What are you doing? What do you think I'm doing? Tang Nanli bit her ear. Did you miss me? Who missed you? You're lying. Tang Nanli pinched her waist. Who's lying? I'm not done with you for what happened last time. Madam, I've already apologized to you. Can we not talk about that anymore? Who asked you to cause me so much trouble? You deserve it. Have we been seeing each other too often recently? What if we're found out? Although the old man is in the hospital, I'm afraid. That can't be helped. Who asked you to smell so good? I feel uncomfortable if I don't look for you for a day. Don't you want it too? That's true, but... Before Yin Jingqi could finish her sentence, a light flashed from afar. She immediately pushed Tang Nanli away. Chapter 167. Tang Nanli staggered a few steps back. Reporters? Where are they? Are you sure you saw wrongly? I don't know, I'll go take a look. I'll go. Stop right there. This is Flo's and City and it's my turf. It's useless for you to show yourself. Those paparazzi are only after money. I'll think of a way to deal with them. Go back to your room and wait for my call. Yin Jingqi said as she ran to catch up. She regretted being so high profile. If there were really reporters, they must have been following them for a long time. It would be terrible if they took any pictures. A figure quickly walked into the elevator. Yin Jingqi was about to chase after it when someone suddenly walked out from the corner and knocked her down. Her hat and glasses fell to the ground. Hey you, isn't this Mrs. Qin? Yin Jingqi stood up and wanted to continue chasing after it, but the person took a step to the right and blocked her way. The elevator had already gone down. She was instantly furious. Why are you blocking my way? I just came out. Why am I blocking your way? Gao Zhuqing was very innocent. I didn't expect to meet you here. Mrs. Qin's outfit is really special. You? Who are you? I'm Shi Shujing's friend, Gao Zhuqing. Alright, how is Mr. Qin? Is he okay? Yin Jingqi was full of hostility towards anyone related to Shi Shujing, so she retorted bluntly. Who are you? Does he need to report to you whether he's okay or not? Hey, who provoked you? Why are you so angry? As a junior, is it wrong for me to care about my friend's father-in-law? Don't cry crocodile tears. Everyone related to her is bad. Okay? There's nothing I can do if you say that. Gao Zhuqing raised his hands in surrender. He did not want to be entangled with Yin Jingqi anymore. Then I'll leave first. Goodbye. Si Wenxin spent the night in the hotel. When Shi Shujing woke up the next day, he had already left. He left a note at the bedside reminding her to eat breakfast. Qin Baiyuan stayed in the hospital for a few days. He refused to leave even when the doctor agreed to let him out. Shi Shujing couldn't bear it anymore and threw a tantrum before he finally compromised. When the two returned home, Yin Jingqi was also there. As soon as she saw Qin Baiyuan's arm in a cast, she was extremely distressed. She hurled all kinds of insults at Shi Shujing, calling her a jinx. No matter how Qin Baiyuan tried to persuade her, she refused to stop. Shi Shujing's temper flared up. You've been scolding me since I came in. Shouldn't you stop now? I didn't beg your son to save me. She never talked back at home. Yin Jingqi was stunned and was speechless for a few seconds. You dare to talk back? Was I wrong to scold him? Did you injure my son? You don't think it's enough to hurt him. You have to kill him, don't you? You are not a good thing. You confuse Yuning and my son. They are all for you. Just like your mother, they will seduce men. Fox spirit. Scold her mother for no reason, and also put the charge of fox spirit on her head. Shi Shujing is angry. Please clean your mouth. Don't pull my mother's head from the contradiction between us. Yin Jingqi's attitude is even more arrogant. Isn't it? Ask your mother what good things she did in those days. Shameless intruder who destroys people's families. You slander me. I don't know what my mother has done, but I know what good things you have done. Yin Jingqi's mood became more excited and she slapped him. Shut up. Shi Shujing was caught off guard and was slapped in the face. Her face was slapped so hard that it was crooked. On her clean face there were 5 scarlet fingerprints. It was a ghastly sight, and her ears were buzzing. Yin Jingqi doesn't think it's enough, but Qin Baiyuan, who comes back to her senses, stops her and shouts. Mom, what are you doing? I'll teach this bitch who spits shit. She even dares to scold her mother-in-law. She just needs a lesson. If you are my son, get out of my way. Calm down. Shi Shujing touches her face. It hurts, but her heart doesn't hurt at all. People like Yin Jingqi are not worth her anger at all. 2 eyes looking at her with a sneer. What are you so excited about? It doesn't matter how you want to scold me, but you can't frame my mother. I didn't ask your baby son to save me, and I don't want to pester him anymore. It's best to divorce quickly. I want to stay in this family if you beg me. After that, he turned around and left. Yin Jingqi was so angry that he jumped. Stop right there. Stop right there. Yin Jingqi is so tired and breathless that she pushes away Qin Baiyuan angrily. What are you stopping me for? She already has such an attitude and you still want to protect her? No matter what, you shouldn't have hit her. So what if I hit her? I think 1 slap isn't enough. Just because you have the shares, you dare to be so arrogant? Yin Jingqi is so angry that her eyes turn white. What did she say just now? Divorce? She agreed to divorce? Qin Baiyuan looks bitter and wants to escape. Don't interfere in this matter. Did she agree to divorce? He doesn't say anything. Then hurry up and divorce. What are you waiting for? The incident with Mr. C is almost over. She is so cunning, so you won't be able to get anything on her. Anyway, we've already signed the contract. Hurry up and divorce. I want to drive that woman out of the house now. This matter is not as simple as you say. Dad is still in the hospital and can't take the blow. Let's talk about it when he gets better. What are you waiting for? He can't get better. Get a divorce immediately before she changes her mind. Otherwise, you won't be able to get a divorce even if you want to. Let's talk about it later. Qin Baiyuan is very annoyed. Now he wants to chase after Shi Shujing. But she is angry, so he doesn't dare to provoke her anymore. He wants to give her some time to calm down. Why are you still hesitating? Are you in love with her? Yin Jingqi's face is as pale as if the end of the world has come. Son, what kind of venom did she cast on you? You must not fall in love with that kind of woman. I don't know. I'm very annoyed. Don't talk about it. Qin Baiyuan is eager to escape from all this, so he went upstairs. Gao Zhuqing was busy working with biscuits in her mouth when the doorbell rang. She opened the door and saw that it was Shi Shujing. Her hair was disheveled and covered half of her face. She looked terrible and was so scared that she cried out. What kind of play are you singing? A ghost scare in the middle of the day? Shi Shujing glared at her, took off his shoes and entered the living room. What's going on? Who bullied you again? Aren't you in Wuxia City? When did you come back? Gao Zhuqing poured a glass of water for her and accidentally found that her right face is red. He brushed her hair aside and said, Mom, who hit you? Who else? Yin Jingqi? Gao Zhuqing is furious. That old witch, how dare she hit you? I'll kill her. Just you wait, I'll take revenge for you now. How? She's very strong. You can't beat her. Hit her? Won't it dirty my hands? I have a big move to deal with her now. I'll definitely ruin her reputation. Gao Zhuqing said fiercely. Hearing that Gao Zhuqing has a big move, Shi Shujing is curious. What big move? Didn't you tell me that Yin Jingqi and Tang Nanli are having an affair? I went to investigate her and followed her for a week. Shi Shujing opened his mouth. Isn't this illegal? Fart. How did the news come about? Didn't they rely on us reporters to secretly follow them? Anyway, during the week when you were in Wuxia City, Yin Jingqi and Tang Nanli met almost every day at the hotel. Gao Zhuqing took out a notebook and pulled out a stack of photos. They are all of Yin Jingqi and Tang Nanli's dates. He carefully marked the time and place. Although Yin Jingqi is very tightly wrapped, Qin Yuning will definitely recognize her. I originally planned to take some clearer photos before exposing it. Now that she hit you, I'll immediately send the photos to Qin Yuning. Don't mess around. Shi Shujing anxiously shouted. It's not like you don't know my father-in-law's situation. His heart is not good. If he sees these photos, he will definitely be angry to death. Anyway, he will know sooner or later. Your father-in-law is also a legend in the business world. He is not as weak as you think. I think it's not good to hide it from him. It's better to get the pain over with. Anyway, now is not the time. Besides you, who else has seen these photos? Our magazine's photographer, Shaoan. I can't handle him alone. The two of us work together to not be discovered. But don't worry, his mouth is very tight. Don't make a bitter face. The one who was caught and betrayed is not you. A kind person will be bullied. She has already hit you and you still want to cover for her? I'm not doing it for her. I'm thinking about my father-in-law's health. I already owe him. I can't bear to hurt him anymore. Gao Zhuqing shook his head. When you should be ruthless, you're not ruthless. You always have so many concerns. No wonder you are often bullied. After all, this is your family's business. I can't say anything. I won't send the photos first. You can think about it again. Shi Shujing slept until dusk. When she recovered most of her energy, she went to Gao Zhuqing's room and took a look. She was rushing to work with chips in her mouth. Nowadays, Gao Zhuqing had all the common problems of young people. Staying up late, eating snacks as if they were meals, and working hard. Fortunately, he was in good health, so there were no problems at present, unlike her, who had a lot of problems. She went to the supermarket downstairs to buy some groceries. She carefully selected some vegetables, lean meat, and prepared to make a chicken soup with codonopsis. Everything was ready. When she went to the cashier, Shi Shujing found that she did not bring any money or mobile phone. Just when she was depressed, a card was stretched out in front of her. She looked back. Si Wenxin blinked at her. After going out of the door, Si Wenxin switched the plastic bag containing daily necessities from his right hand to his left hand and freed his hand to hold Shi Shujing's. There were some familiar faces nearby. She was afraid of being seen and struggled for a while. However, the big hand held her firmly, and there was a warm and reassuring force that melted her. Her face was blushing and her heart was beating fast. How did you know I was here? Our hearts are connected. I saw you when I parked the car just now and called out to you. Didn't you hear me? I was waiting for you at the entrance of the supermarket. Are you always so forgetful? Si Wenxin smiled with a doting tone. Not really. Shi Shujing stuck out her tongue. Chapter 168. There's no need for money. Just treat me to a meal will do. The corners of Si Wenxin's eyes turned upward, making him look very gentle and handsome. The kind where you cook personally. My culinary skills aren't particularly good. The noodles from last time were still okay, and you still owe me a meal. Shi Shujing found it funny. Why do you still remember this? I've always remembered the important things. Si Wenxin pointed to his head. I can remember it for a lifetime. But Gao Zhuqing is at home. It's not good to go up to her like this. I think she will welcome me. Si Wenxin still had this confidence. Shi Shujing knew this. Gao Zhuqing was basically a die-hard fan of Si Wenxin, but she still had some concerns. I'm hungry. Let's go. Without any explanation, he grabbed her hand tightly and walked into the building. When they were in the elevator, Si Wenxin suddenly bent down and kissed Shi Shujing on the lips. Under her dumbfounded gaze, he smiled mischievously. He was in high spirits and a little childish, lighting up the whole world of Shi Shujing. He leaned close to her ear and murmured in a low, magnetic voice. You're so adorable. I really want to eat you up. The elevator door opened. Shi Shujing's head was still dizzy. She felt as if she had taken drugs. Her legs were stepping on the clouds, feeling soft and unreal. When she was dragged out of the elevator, she even forgot to take the key. Seeing her like this, Si Wenxin's hearty laughter escaped from his chest. It was very infectious. After entering the house, just when Shi Shujing was about to greet Gao Zhuqing, she had already floated out of the room. Her hair was messy, and she was wearing a pair of black-rimmed glasses. She was wearing a singlet and a pair of shorts. She looked sloppy and her mind was filled with work. When she suddenly saw Si Wenxin standing at the door in a suit, she was so shocked that she let out a cry. Si boss Si, hello. Si Wenxin's attitude towards her was very gentle. Oh my god, why didn't you say hello? Gao Zhuqing's face was full of embarrassment. Look at what I'm wearing, it's like I'm picking up trash. How rude. It's all right. Shi Shujing asked. He's eating here tonight. Is that okay? All right. Of course. You're most welcome. Please take a seat, don't stand on ceremony. I'll get busy first. As he spoke, he returned to his room like a whirlwind. Shi Shujing felt awkward. She's just like that. She's usually, casual. It's okay, I quite admire her character. Shi Shujing tidied up the messy work, clothes and snacks on the sofa, made room for Si Wenxin and poured a glass of water. I'll go cook first. You take a break. How about watching TV for a while? Dinner will be ready soon. The TV screen was gray. Gao Zhuqing's shouts could be heard from the room. I haven't paid for cable TV for 3 months. I can't watch. Shi Shujing felt even more awkward. We usually use the computer and haven't watched TV before. There's Wi-Fi here. Why don't you surf the net? Si Wenxin teased. There's no need to be so busy entertaining me. I'm not an outsider. Don't you know how close we are? Shi Shujing's cheeks felt hot. His heart was in a mess again. Then, you take a seat first. I'll go cook. Her culinary skills were average, but Shi Shujing was very efficient. In a few minutes, she washed the chicken and placed a packet of soup ingredients into the pot to stew. After that, she washed the spinach. Si Wenxin walked over and leaned on the porch, admiring her busy appearance. Why are you disturbing me again? How did I disturb you? You're distracting me by looking at me like this. Is that so? Si Wenxin's lips curled up. You mean that you can't help but look at me? Yes, that's right. She had always been a stubborn duck. It was rare for her to admit it so easily. Si Wenxin was a little surprised and delighted. Why do you keep looking at me? Shi Shujing washed the spinach and took the time to look at him. Don't you know how good-looking you are? I know, but I don't like to be seen by others. I only like to be seen by you. Moreover, I look better without clothes than with clothes on. Annoying. You're still flirting while cooking. Annoying? Gao Zhuqing imitated Shi Shujing's tone and teased him. She dressed up, which was a far cry from her sloppy appearance earlier. Are you going out? Yes. My friend asked me out for a feast. How could Shi Shujing not know what Gao Zhuqing was up to? This was no excuse. Is there a need to do this? It's such a coincidence. It's a pity that I can't taste your cooking anymore. Our Shi Shujing seldom cooks. Bossy ate my portion too. Don't waste it. I'll leave first. I won't disturb the two of you anymore. Shi Shujing shook her head. She's just a blabbermouth. Don't mind her. Your friend is very tactful. Si Wenxin walked into the kitchen and hugged Shi Shujing from behind. He buried his head into the side of her neck and sniffed the fragrance of her hair. This smell really made him infatuated and addicted. The sound of the door closing was a little unreal. How can I cook if you hug me like this? On one hand, Shi Shujing was helpless. On the other hand, she couldn't help but be affected by him. The magnetic field around her was in a mess. Don't eat, okay? I don't want to eat now. I only want to eat you. Si Wenqin kissed the side of her neck slowly. Shi Shujing struggled to maintain her rationality and resisted. Don't do this. She was trying to resist, but she was also trying to welcome him, which made her even lazier. Si Wenqin flipped her body over and pushed her against the stove. He pressed his body against hers, leaving her with nowhere to escape. "Les, you really fascinate me." As he spoke, his hot lips pressed against hers and kissed her slowly. The chicken soup was boiling, and the whole kitchen was filled with the strong fragrance of chicken soup. Shi Shujing felt a little unbalanced and couldn't help but complain. "It's all your fault. I don't even have the strength to cook now." Si Wenqin's fingers ran through her hair. He held her face and kissed her. At such a close distance, his eyes were burning. "You still want to eat? Haven't I fed you enough? You're so annoying. You're saying such things again." Shi Shujing acted coquettishly. "I really don't have the strength to cook." "Then go and rest. I'll cook." "Stop it." Shi Shujing didn't take it seriously at all. "What? You don't believe that I can cook?" Of course. In terms of family, Shi Shujing's views were still quite conservative. Most people thought that cooking was a woman's job. This was especially so for aristocratic families. They all had servants. For a young master like Qin Baiyuan, he really didn't do any chores. When he entered the kitchen, he would even complain about the smell of oil and smoke. "You look down on your man too much." Si Wenqin pinched her nose. "It hurts. Sai, I know you're good at cooking, but cooking is different from the business world. Don't think that cooking is easy just because of those gourmet shows. There's a lot of knowledge in cooking. Heat control, how much oil and MSG to put in." She seemed to be speaking logically. However, in Si Wenqin's impression, the noodles from the last time were 40% of her skills and 60% of it was because of the favor. The taste was really not that outstanding. "I'm good at Western cuisine, but Chinese cuisine is not bad either. Take care of your chicken soup and leave the rest to me." "Are you serious?" "I never brag." Seeing that he was full of confidence, Shi Shujing was skeptical. "All right then, I'll give you a chance. But I'll make it clear first. No matter how bad the taste of the dishes you cook, you have to cry and eat them. You look down on me too much. I promise that after eating the dishes I cook, you won't know the taste of anything else in the future." What a big tone. Let's wait and see. The result surprised Shi Shujing. Putting the taste aside, the way Si Wenqin cooked was actually very much like a chef. Tossing the ladle, stir-frying, adding seasonings, every move was methodical. He was tall, and the frying pan that seemed a little heavy to Shi Shujing was easily controlled by him without any effort. The vigorous and swift manner in the business world was brought to the kitchen. Even when he was cooking, he was highly focused. His chiseled side profile was a feast for the eyes. Si Wenqin turned his head and winked at her. "If you want to see me, the night is long. We have all the time in the world. At least open the lid first. The soup is about to boil." Shi Shujing blushed and said stubbornly, "Who wants to see you? I'm just afraid that you'll burn the kitchen." The small kitchen was overflowing with fragrance. The handsome man was cooking seriously. Shi Shujing's heart was filled with a feeling of happiness. It was like the chicken soup in the pot, always boiling. He could go up to the hall and go down to the kitchen. The key was that with his status, he was still willing to cook personally. She had nothing else to ask for in this life. A lily chandelier, 3 dishes, and a soup. Shi Shujing scooped 2 bowls of soup and carefully scraped the layer of oil off the surface of Si Wenqin's soup. The Shi family's signature chicken soup, a secret recipe passed down from generation to generation. The taste is mellow. I have several years of experience in making soup, so don't compare yourself. You'll feel pressure. Si Wenqin replied with an "oh," and obediently finished the soup, praising him. "You're better at making soup than noodles. I didn't have the ingredients last time, so I couldn't display my culinary skills. This time it's time to taste your dishes. Don't worry, I'll definitely give you face and add some favors. Thank you in advance." Shi Shujing predicted that Si Wenqin's culinary skills were not bad. "In the end, you actually cook better than my mother." Shi Shujing was stunned. This was the highest compliment to her. Culinary skills had to be tempered over time. The dishes made by her mother's generation tasted good because of their many years of experience. For example, her mother could cook spicy dishes very well. Si Wenqin didn't look like he cooked often. How could his culinary skills be so good? Facing her exaggerated exclamation, Si Wenshin smiled humbly and picked up a piece of pork rib for her. Eat more if you like it. Shi Shujing took a bite of the pork rib. A strong fragrance filled her mouth. It was so delicious that she wanted to swallow her tongue. What did you add? Why is it so delicious? Oil, salt, chicken essence, oyster sauce? Just those? The problem is you don't cook every day. How can your culinary skills be so good? Chapter 169. Shi Shujing was completely in awe and prostrated herself before him. Don't be amazed. Hurry up and eat while it's hot. The two of them cooked and ate together like the most ordinary couple. It was a very ordinary happiness, but it was very precious. This was the first time for Shi Shujing. She did not feel that Si Wenshin was standing on a pedestal or out of reach. At this moment he was sitting beside her, drinking the chicken soup she made and putting food into her bowl. He was just like an ordinary husband, so real, so gentle and considerate that she could not help but fantasize about their future. Si Wenshin touched her head. Where did your soul go when you were having a meal? It didn't go. Isn't it because the food is so delicious that I'm completely immersed in it? Handsome, rich, skillful, intelligent, and can cook. Mr. C, is there any man more perfect than you in this world? If men are so good at cooking, why don't you leave a way out for women? Isn't it good that I can cook? I'll cook for you often in the future. How long? Until you're tired of it. Your cooking is so superb that I won't get tired of it for the rest of my life. Si Wenshin held her little hand, put it under his lips and kissed it gently. His eyes seemed to condense the whole ocean of affection. Then for the rest of my life. Shi Shujing's heart skipped a beat. For this promise she was willing to give up everything. Her throat turned sour and her nose and eyes turned red. Why are you crying? She felt embarrassed and stuck out her tongue. It's too spicy. How is it spicy? I know that your stomach is not good, so I didn't add any chili. Si Wenshin exposed her excuse. You're so touched by my words. In the future I'll prove it with my actions. Won't you be moved to tears every day? He smiled and promised in a very solemn tone. I don't fall in love with a woman easily. Once my heart is moved, I will never change. I can't promise you that we will never be separated now, but at least I will use 200% of my effort to fight for a chance to spend the rest of my life with you. He interlocked his fingers with hers tightly, showing his determination. I've grabbed your hand and I won't let go. And please don't give up. Keep walking with me. Shi Shujing was so touched that she almost cried. There were a lot of words that were stuck in her throat, but she couldn't say them. At this moment, no matter what kind of vows of eternal love, it might not be enough to express her feelings. She just silently clasped his fingers. After dinner, Si Wenshin helped to wash the dishes. I'll go take a shower. You're bathing here? Shi Shujing knew that he was a neat freak and couldn't stand the smell of oil and smoke, but he still felt that it was inappropriate. You don't even have a change of clothes. What are you going to wear after showering? Not wearing? Stop joking. I'll ask my secretary to send it over later. Can I spend the night here? Here? No way. Shi Shujing shook his head vigorously. This is Gao Zhuqing's house. How could you spend the night here? Besides, it's inconvenient to have two women at home. She probably won't come back tonight. Si Wenshin said should, but his tone was firm. Didn't she give up her room to you when we were in England? Your friend is very tactful and won't disturb us. As a token of gratitude, I'm very happy to let her do all the future interviews with Ocean Group. You're bribing me? Si Wenshin smiled. This is called gratitude. He took a few steps forward and hugged her from behind. He lowered his head and kissed her on the neck, acting coquettishly. Let me stay here tonight, okay? We've been apart for a few days. I miss you, it misses you too. Who? It. Si Wenshin nibbled her ear gently. Do you know who? Shi Shujing was limp, numb and intoxicated as if she had drunk alcohol. Her resistance to Si Wenshin was already zero, and when he hugged her like a child and acted like a spoiled child, she was even more intoxicated. Her whole body was limp and she could not muster any strength. The back of her ears felt hot and numb. You don't do this. I can't stand it. Why can't you stand it? You miss me too, right? All the more reason for me to stay with you, okay? Baby, let me stay tonight. Shi Shujing nodded in a daze. Stay. When Si Wenshin was bathing, the secretary brought the clothes over. Shi Shujing was a little embarrassed. After Si Wenshin finished bathing, he only wrapped a towel around his waist and came out. Shi Shujing had just changed the bed sheets. When she turned around, she saw a man as handsome as Apollo walking in. Her little heart was thumping wildly. Si Wenchen walked over and kissed her on the forehead. He liked kissing her now. It was the sweetest interaction between the two of them. He was used to it and it was natural. Your hair is still wet. The room is air-conditioned. If you don't dry yourself, you'll catch a cold. Shi Shujing took a towel. I'll dry your hair for you. Si Wenchen stood up straight. Bend down. I can't dry it. Shi Shujing tried her best to tiptoe, but she couldn't reach his head. Shorty, why are you so short? Si Wenchen raised his hand and touched the top of her head. Shi Shujing argued. I'm not wearing high heels. You're short? What did he mean? He saw her shortcomings so quickly? Shi Shujing pursed her lips and pretended to be unhappy. If you think I'm short, go find a model that's 1.8 meters tall. It's not the first day you found out that I'm this tall. Now that you've got me, you're starting to despise me? Who said I despise you? I like your height. Girls shouldn't be too tall. They'll be cute if they're petite. Si Wenchen reached out and hugged her. He bent down and rested his head on her neck, breathing into her ear. It's just nice to hug you. It's very comfortable. Shi Shujing's heart was sweeter than honey. She pouted coquettishly. It's good that you know. My height is very popular. It's the cutest height difference, do you know? We don't just have the cutest height difference, we also have the cutest age difference. Am I right, Uncle Si? Si Wenchen laughed shamelessly. Call me Daddy. Go. Shameless. He sat on the bed. Shi Shujing dried his hair. Her fingers ran through his hair and rubbed gently. It was hot. Both of their hearts were melted and they were immersed in such tenderness. True love was sweet and not stormy. It was often in the little bits and pieces of life. They cherished such moments very much. After drying his hair, Si Wenchen held Shi Shujing's hand and placed it on his lips. He pecked it gently, causing goosebumps to form all over his body. Shi Shujing's face was flushed and she was extremely shy. I'll go take a bath first. Want to do it together? We haven't had a bath together before. Annoying. I'm ignoring you. I'm going to get my clothes. Si Wenchen threw the bath towel aside and put on his clothes. He unintentionally glanced at the gift box on the bedside table. He opened it and saw a tie. It was light gray with simple patterns. It was low-key and elegant. Who's this for? Si Wenchen asked. Shi Shujing said nothing. Qin Baiyuan? His expression changed instantly. His raised eyebrows sank. Oh. For you? When we were in the UK, didn't we pass by a flagship store? I bought it at that time. Si Wenchen's gloomy face brightened up. He looked even happier than before. So you're not looking for your friend but buying me a present? Yes. I saw this tie when I was dragged to go shopping. I thought it suited you very well. I didn't buy it at that time, but I kept thinking about it after I went back. If Qin Baiyuan knew that you went shopping with him but were thinking about buying me a present, would he commit suicide? How did you know it was him? Si Wenchen smiled but said nothing. Why didn't you give it to me that day? Didn't you meet your mother? I didn't have a chance to give it to you, so I forgot about it. That's not important. What's important is whether you like it or not. It's a gift from you. I treasure it. You'll see me wearing it often in the future. As long as you like it. It's my first time giving a gift to a man. I don't have much experience and I don't know what style and color you like. I can only buy it based on my feelings. I like it very much. Si Wenchen ordered childishly. You can only buy me gifts in the future, understand? Got it, stingy? Even if it was just a joke, she felt very happy. Unfortunately, her good mood didn't last long. After taking a shower, Shi Shujing saw that there were more than a dozen missed calls from Qin Baiyuan. He happened to call her again, so she directly hung up. Si Wenchen stuck close to her body from behind, sticking close to her. The phone vibrated twice. Shi Shujing was very patient. I'm downstairs of Gao Zhuqing. If you don't answer the phone, I'll go up. Qin Baiyuan always used a fierce and threatening tone. Shi Shujing was anxious. Qin Baiyuan is downstairs. He said he wants to come up. Oh, Si Wenchen didn't take it seriously. Then let him come up. You've occupied you for so long. I just want to beat him up. His long and narrow eyes narrowed dangerously, emitting a chilling aura. No, you can't let him know that you're here. Do you think he won't know if you don't tell him? He's well aware of our relationship. Shi Shujing pushed his hand away and stood up. Knowing is one thing, but meeting him will only aggravate the conflict. He's not willing to divorce now. If you provoke him, he won't agree. Si Wenxin sneered. I have a way to make him agree. Shi Shujing knew that what he did was probably related to the threat of blue sky, so she firmly opposed it. It's not necessary to take coercive measures. I'll talk to him again. Don't talk, let me call him back. She walked to the living room and tried to communicate with Qin Baiyuan. But he was extremely rude and threatened to tear down Gao Zhuqing's house if he didn't see her. Shi Shujing was forced to agree to go downstairs. She spoke to Si Wenxin with difficulty. I'll go downstairs first, Si Wenxin frowned. Are you sure you want to see him? If I say I don't want you to go, I don't want to either. But if I don't go downstairs, he will come up and cause more trouble. Do you think I'm not able to protect you? No. I just don't want you to intervene in this matter. Just let me go downstairs to see him. I promise I'll be back soon. Shi Shujing put her palms together and pleaded. Chapter 170. Si Wenxin had to agree even if he didn't want to. Shi Shujing promised to be back in 20 minutes. He ran downstairs in a hurry without putting on his shoes. Qin Baiyuan's car was parked at the entrance of the building. He leaned against the car and looked agitated. Why did you come down so late? He immediately went forward to question. I called you all night. Why didn't you answer? Shi Shujing was an obedient little woman in front of Si Wenxin. But when facing Qin Baiyuan, she immediately put on a cold face. What do you want from me? Qin Baiyuan suppressed his temper and lowered his voice. I'm worried about you. What happened today is my mother's fault. But you shouldn't talk back to her. Put yourself in my shoes. If I call your mother a vixen, will you be indifferent? There is a conflict between us. She is my mother-in-law. I should bear it. But I can't bear to hear her call my mother. You know what kind of person she is? She likes to pick on you. Sometimes her words are a little harsh. No matter what, she shouldn't have hit you. Does your face still hurt? Before Qin Baiyuan's hand touched Shi Shujing's face, she dodged it as if he was a virus. This move hurt him very much. He withdrew his hand disappointedly. Shi Shujing sighed. I used ice this afternoon to reduce the swelling. I'm fine now. Are you going to hide in Gao Zhuqing's house forever? Yes, before the divorce. When I come back this time, I'll find a chance to talk to Dad about the divorce as soon as possible. Don't worry. I'll take all the responsibility. I'll say it's my fault. Qin Baiyuan panicked. His body is like that now. You still have the heart to provoke him? His physical condition is the truth. If I don't say it, his condition won't get better. Sooner or later he'll have to divorce. It's better to get the pain over with. At least wait until he gets better. I don't want to wait any longer. It's painful for me to drag it day by day. Shi Shujing looked bitter. I'm always thinking about this and that, delaying the divorce, but I'm very tired. I'm about to collapse from all these worries. From now on, I only want to live for myself. I want to be more relaxed. Shi Shujing's expression was very indifferent, without a trace of emotion. She was also very determined. Qin Baiyuan felt that she was a stranger, as if she had become another person, which made his heart turn cold. When did you become so selfish? If I was selfish, would I have wasted so much time with you? You're selfish. Have you forgotten how my dad treats you? Now that he has cancer, you still want to agitate him. Where is your conscience? Did that sea fellow teach you to be ungrateful? Because of him, right? It has nothing to do with him. Is it wrong that I want to live for myself? I'm a human and I have feelings too. You can call me selfish or ungrateful. In short, I can't stand this kind of life for another day. I'm getting a divorce. I've already said what I wanted to say. Don't bother me anymore. After Shi Shujing finished speaking, she turned to leave, but Qin Baiyuan grabbed her arm and pulled her into his embrace. Her body bumped against his hard chest. She felt dizzy and thought that he would fly into a rage, but he only hugged her tightly with all his might. Don't divorce. I beg you. He had always been arrogant, but this was the first time in his life that he was begging in such a low voice. He hugged her waist tightly, wishing that he could embed her into his body. He was so uneasy, as if he would lose the whole world if he let go. He was terrified, helpless, and so weak that he couldn't withstand a single blow. At this moment, Qin Baiyuan was so weak that he couldn't withstand a single blow. Even though Shi Shujing's heart was filled with Si Wenxin, her husband still couldn't be completely indifferent to the man he had loved for 10 years. In the depths of his heart, there was still a trace of heartache. Qin Baiyuan, don't be like this. I understand your current situation. What you need is someone to support and accompany you, but it has nothing to do with love. Your dad is my dad too, and he's the closest person to me. Even if we're divorced, I'm still willing to take care of him. But between you and me there's no longer any love. Dragging this on like this is torture for both of us. You don't understand? Qin Baiyuan smiled bitterly with reddened eyes. I don't need someone to accompany me. It's you, Shi Shujing. It's you. I only need you. Do you know that? I've already fallen in love with you. This isn't love. You're just indignant. You're indignant that someone else has taken what you don't want. You're indignant that you've lost a woman who used to love you so much that she went crazy. No. I like you, I really like you. Shi Shujing. I don't know when it started, but you've slowly integrated into my life. Even the hatred I once had for you has become a habit. I want to see you every day. Once you leave my sight, I feel suffocated. Qin Baiyuan tightened his arms inch by inch. His fingers pinched and rubbed her skin as if by doing this, they could become one and never be separated. I know I've done a lot of ridiculous things in the past. I've let you down. I'm a scumbag and I don't deserve your forgiveness. But I know I'm wrong. Can you give me another chance? I swear I'll change. From now on, I only have you as my woman. Let's start over, I can't lose you. Shi Shujing's throat was sore. Maybe he really liked her, but it was too late. The lost feelings were destined to be irretrievable. Her heart ached for him, but it was far from enough to shake her determination. I'm sorry. In the end, the only thing Shi Shujing could say was this, the weakest thing he could say to comfort her. Qin Baiyuan's heart was tightly gripped by a hand. It kept on squeezing until he was in pain and suffocating. He laughed at himself. He knew that she had a change of heart, so why did he have to humiliate himself and make himself so sad? But he just couldn't give up like this. He couldn't just watch her leave like this. He foolishly hoped that maybe if he fought for one more time she would turn back. In the end, he let go of her dejectedly and took a few steps back. Qin Baiyuan's eyes were filled with tears as he laughed. Her. You're really cruel. But what right do I have to blame you? Everything that happened today was caused by me. I'm the one who ruined everything. I deserve it. He staggered away and opened the car door. Shi Shujing was a little worried. Your current mental state isn't suitable to drive. Let me help you flag a taxi. You're concerned about me? He gave her a sad smile. Shi Shujing couldn't answer this question. If you can't stay by my side, then don't say such things again. Your fake concern will only make me reluctant to let go. After that, he got into the car and drove off without any hesitation. Shi Shujing stood at the same spot for a few minutes before he went upstairs with a heavy heart. When he entered the room, Si Wenchen was standing on the balcony. The balcony was facing downstairs. Shi Shujing's heart skipped a beat. As he was smoking, his whole body was shrouded in a faint melancholy. The smoke blurred his face. His facial features were tense and his eyes were restrained, not revealing a trace of emotion. A few steps away, Shi Shujing was like a child who had done something wrong. She was at a loss. After hesitating for a few seconds, she walked forward and hugged him from behind. She pressed her face against his back. She was afraid that he would be angry. That would make her feel uneasy. I'm sorry. Sorry for what? Letting him hug you? If he didn't save you at the construction site that day, he would be a dead man now. Si Wenchen's tone was ruthless and full of murderous intent. I didn't know he would suddenly. Then why didn't you push him away? He was very sad today. He begged me not to leave him. I couldn't bear it. Just because you couldn't bear it, you let him hug you? Have you considered my feelings? Si Wenchen's tone was extremely calm like the still water. There wasn't a trace of blame or questioning. It was unusually calm. Putting himself in her shoes, Shi Shujing could feel the hurt more. If it was her, she would definitely run away and not contact him for a few days. Or she would make a scene on the spot. She was in a difficult situation between two men. She felt even more guilty towards him. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. Other than apologizing, Shi Shujing didn't know what else to say. Si Wenchen took a deep puff of his cigarette and clenched his fists. This showed that he had been suppressing his anger. He was very angry and wanted to kill and roar, but he couldn't bear to hurt her. When a person was angry, the words they said were like a sharp sword that hurt people. Their relationship had just started. He didn't want to do anything to ruin this relationship at this time. Thus, he could only suppress it and swallow all the anger back into his stomach. It was better for him to be hurt than this relationship. Closing his eyes, he slowly exhaled the depression in his chest. Si Wenxin snuffed out the cigarette and turned around to hold Shi Shujing's shoulder. She looked at him with eyes full of guilt, which melted his heart. Promise me this won't happen a second time. If he touches you again, I don't know what I will do. Shi Shujing quickly nodded. I know. There won't be a next time. She put up 4 fingers and was about to make a solemn vow. Si Wenxin held her hand in his palm and kissed it. A smile appeared on his cold face like the snow melting. I believe you. Alright, let's not talk about him. I don't want anyone to affect our mood tonight. Seeing that he was really relieved, Shi Shujing heaved a sigh of relief. At this moment, he realized that he was so nervous that he was about to suffocate. But you made me unhappy. Tonight, I have to punish you. Si Wenxin carried Shi Shujing up and pressed him heavily against her body. She wrapped her arms around his neck and hung on his body, allowing him to carry her into the room and press her down on the bed. His kiss was mixed with the thick smell of tobacco, which was accompanied by his domineering declaration. Shi Shujing. You only belong to me. Gao Zhuqing didn't return for the whole night. The next day was the weekend. The two of them stayed in bed until 10 o'clock. Si Wenxin suggested to go to a Western restaurant for breakfast, but Shi Shujing wanted to keep a low profile and buy a bowl of porridge downstairs. In the end, he couldn't change his mind. After sitting down, Shi Shujing was still a little nervous and looked around. On the other hand, Si Wenxin was very relaxed and ordered 2 American breakfasts. She cut a piece of fried egg and sent it to Shi Shujing's mouth. She shook her head. I have my own. He subconsciously looked around and was in a difficult position. Chapter 171. What's there to be afraid of? You're going to divorce anyway. Going to divorce is different from being divorced. Si Wenxin didn't care about that and pushed it forward a little. Come. Open your mouth. Shi Shujing had no choice but to take a bite. How's the taste? Eat more eggs to replenish your energy. I'm not going to work today. What's your plan? I'm going to the hospital to visit my father-in-law. I should stay there to take care of him tonight. Si Wenxin wasn't very happy to hear that. So you'll meet Qin Baiyuan? I don't know if he's there. Maybe. Shi Shujing tried his best to sound relaxed. What? Are you jealous? What do you think? I don't have feelings for him anymore. Don't be so narrow-minded. But he's still your husband in name. I'm not happy that you're meeting him. I know. I'll find a chance to talk to my father-in-law about the divorce today. You don't believe me? I want to believe you, but you've never been ruthless enough. I'm worried that you won't be able to say it. Si Wenxin's tone was almost certain. I have to say it even if I can't. As long as his condition hasn't worsened, I'll definitely tell him. Shi Shujing looked into his eyes. She placed her hand on the back of his hand and held it tightly. Believe me. No wonder you weren't free yesterday. It turns out that you had an appointment with a beauty. A teasing laughter rang out above their heads. Shi Shujing hurriedly withdrew his hand and looked up. It was a very tall woman wearing a pair of 5-centimeter high heels. She was 1.8 meters tall. Si Wenxin stood up. She was only a little shorter than him. She was heroic and had the capable aura of a successful career woman. Her aura was quite strong. Si Wenxin stood up. Such a coincidence? Isn't it? I didn't expect a busy person like you to have time to come for breakfast. Previously you said you were not free when I asked you out. Looks like it depends on who asked you out. Si Lan glanced at Shi Shujing. Her attitude was very polite. Hello. She nodded and instinctively used honorifics. Hello. I'm Wenxin's sister, Si Lan. She offered her hand. When Shi Shujing heard that it was his sister, he quickly stood up and bowed. Hello, hello. It was too much of a coincidence to see his family under such circumstances. He secretly regretted that he didn't put on makeup and dressed casually, afraid that he would leave a sloppy first impression. Sit down, don't be so reserved. Si Lan sat beside Si Wenxin. Don't be fooled by the fact that I'm more than 10 years older than him. I'm not old at all and I don't care about etiquette. Everyone please be more casual. Just think of it as meeting a friend. Shi Shujing nodded. All right. She glanced at Si Wenxin nervously, but he was smiling calmly. My big sister is easy to get along with. Relax. Yeah, it's not that I'm boasting, but apart from being a little tough in the business world, I'm pretty easy to get along with in private. Si Lan maintained a smile as she spoke. Everyone says that my appearance is very intimidating and unreasonable. I'm also very helpless. No. You're a very nice person. The three of them chatted for a while before Si Wenchen's phone rang. He had something important to attend to at the company. Shujing didn't drive over. Please send her back. He was at ease leaving Shujing in Si Lan's care, but she was a little anxious. It was already awkward to interact with someone she wasn't familiar with. Moreover, she couldn't even tell if he was a friend or foe. She definitely didn't want to stay. Why don't you send me back? I haven't finished my breakfast. There's no hurry. Si Wenchen stood up and buttoned his suit with one hand, looking relaxed. Have a good chat with my big sister. I'll leave first. But, before Shujing could stop him, Si Wenchen had already left. Clearly he wanted to give them a chance to be alone. She smiled at Si Lan, her facial muscles tense. She didn't know what to say. My little brother likes you a lot. Si Lan smiled. This restaurant used to be our secret base. He has never brought a girl here before. You're the first, and it's enough to show how special he is to you. Is that so? Relax, I really won't eat you up. On the contrary, I quite like you. Shujing's scalp went numb. He didn't know how to reply. After a long while, he finally squeezed out a sentence. Thank you. I know your background. You're Qin Baiyuan's wife. Don't misunderstand, I don't mean anything else. Since I can sit here and chat with you peacefully, it means that I can accept your identity. Shujing looked at her in surprise. Are you serious? Why? Do I look like I'm being sarcastic? Si Lan leisurely cut the omelette, her expression still pleasant. Didn't I say just now? I only look serious, but I'm a very open-minded person. Your past, in my eyes, is not a stain. When people get married, they all have the intention to spend the rest of their lives together. But in reality, there are many things, especially marriage, that can't be planned. You may know a person's face but not their heart. Even if it's your own husband, you can't completely see what kind of person he is, and whether he will betray you in the future. Speaking of which, as a failure of marriage, I can tell you that 99% of men are not loyal. Of course, my little brother is that 1%. Most of the time it's easy to share hardships, but those who can share hardships are few and far between. Men, especially those who have the capital to play around, will not be loyal to their marriage. How many rich husbands don't have a large group of women outside? As for me, I can't even count the number of calls I've received from people who have interfered. I've heard about Qin Baiyuan's scandals overseas. You must have truly loved him to be able to persist for 3 years. But strong love can't withstand betrayal, not to mention that it happened again and again. In the end, you'll definitely be disappointed. But Wenchen appeared at this time, how can you not be moved? So, I can understand you very well. This little brother of mine has very high standards. He must have his reasons for liking you. I'll definitely support him. But shouldn't you divorce Qin Baiyuan first? Shujing nodded his head vigorously. I'll do it as soon as possible. That's great. Shujing was flattered. I didn't expect you to accept me. I thought you'd be like his mother and firmly oppose us. I'm not the same kind of person as her. Our statuses are also different. I only know that if my little brother likes someone, I'll definitely support him to the end. If you want to marry into the Si family, you'll have to bear a lot of pressure in the future. You should be mentally prepared. The good news is that I'll definitely stand by your side. Thank you. I really don't know how to thank you. You don't have to thank me. After all, I'm doing this for my little brother. Where should we go after breakfast? To the hospital. I'll find a chance to talk to my father-in-law about the divorce. Oh, let's go together then. Si Lan took a sip of fruit juice. I still have some friendship with your father-in-law. I should pay him a visit. When they arrived at the hospital, Shujing first went to find the doctor to understand the situation. Si Lan went straight to the ward. Qin Yuning was looking at a tablet. It was probably because of the recent treatment that he was exhausted. His spirit was haggard and his hair was white. She knocked on the door. Qin Yuning was surprised. Why are you here? I heard that you're very sick. I don't know when you'll die. While you're still alive, I came to see you for the last time. Si Lan curled her lips and placed the flower basket on the ground. What is it? Has the notice of critical illness arrived? Saying these words in the hospital was even more unlucky. Qin Yuning's heart was filled with panic. Are you here to laugh at me? Si Lan sat down and examined him with a happy expression. Although people should have a compassionate heart, thinking of what you've done in the past, I really can't sympathize with you. I've said it before. The heavens are watching what people do. There's karma and reincarnation in this world. You didn't believe me. Do you believe me now? Don't be angry. Your heart isn't good. If you die in a fit of anger, I won't be able to bear the responsibility. At this moment, Sealan's face was a little hateful. She was proud of herself, but she couldn't control it. That happy mood gushed out like a flood. It was hard to suppress that kind of excitement. Qin Yuning's body was already exhausted from the torture of his illness. He didn't even have the strength to be angry. It's been so many years, can't you forget? Forget? That's easy for you to say. If I were the one who put on a hat for you, would you be able to forget? However, don't misunderstand, I'm doing it because of love. Evil people will have their own retribution. I just want to see what will happen to people like you in the end. You've done too many disgusting things. I think your retribution won't just be cancer. Next, your retribution will come one after another. Just you wait. Qin Yuning clenched his fists. What do you want to do? Don't be agitated. Your Qin family doesn't have any good people. Do you still need me to do anything? Let me tell you, the Qin family's destiny has come to an end. Just you wait and see them bring about their own destruction one by one. I'm warning you, if you dare to touch anyone from the Qin family, I... Cough, cough, cough. Qin Yuning's blood surged up as he coughed violently. His mouth was filled with the smell of blood. Didn't I tell you not to be agitated? Look at you, you're so easily angered. Won't you anger yourself to death? Sealan stood up. In case you die just like this and don't see the Qin family court death, I'll leave first. I'll come see you on the day of your funeral. Bye-bye. Enemies were bound to meet on a narrow road. He bumped into Yin Jingqi at the staircase. Sealan was tall and had an even more imposing manner. No matter how Yin Jingqi raised her head and puffed out her chest, she still lost to her. Before the battle even started, she had already lost in terms of height and aura. How could Yin Jingqi not gnash her teeth in hatred? She took the initiative to question him. What are you doing here? What do you think I'm doing? Sealan crossed her arms over her chest confidently. I'm here to see my husband. He's not your husband. Why isn't he? Have you been an interloper for too long that you've forgotten your own identity? You picked up the man I didn't want and thought that you were the king of the blue sky. Does it feel good? When there's no tiger in the mountain, the monkey is the king. Are you going to float? Facing Sealan's sarcasm, Yin Jingqi was so angry that her face turned red. This identity had always been a thorn in her heart. She had obtained power and money, but she would never be able to obtain identity. Thinking of this made her teeth itch with hatred. If it weren't for you refusing to divorce Yun Ning, I would have. Sealan felt funny. Chapter 172. Is it interesting to drag it like this? Why not? I think it's very interesting to see you blush and neck thick with anger. Let me tell you, until Qin Yun dies, don't even think about becoming Mrs. Qin. Sealan squints her eyes, fierce and sharp. Yin Jingqi is so angry that she laughs. That's because you can't get married. No man dares to want you. So what? It's better than you hooking up with 3 or 4. Yin Jingqi's heart is cold, her lips lose their blood color, and she can't hide her panic. Sealan smiled knowingly. That smile was unfathomable. What shameful things have you done? Shut up. Don't look like the whole world is sorry for you. Why doesn't Yuning want you? You know it very well. Are the things you used to do glorious? When it comes to viciousness, I'm far worse than you. Yin Jingqi retorts. I'm an interloper, but at least I gave birth to a son for Yuning. Can you give birth to it? Yin Jingqi thinks that she has grasped Sealan's weakness and can stab her. Who knows that Sealan is not angry at all? What kind of father, what kind of seed? Qin Yuning is such a scum. I really don't want to give him another son, harm the society. Look at Qin Baiyuan. I know that he plays with women outside every day. It's a shame. If I give birth to such a prodigal son, I will hang myself. Now I can't even keep my wife. You say his wife's betrayal, is it the retribution for you to steal someone else's husband? Let him taste for you the feeling of being robbed of the other half. In the face of such a proud and sharp face, Yin Jingqi is so angry that they have fought for more than 20 years. Every time they end up with their own failure. They lose in identity. The two people who are tit for tat do not notice that Shi Shujing is standing behind the wall, the whole body is close to the wall, and his face is dead. If Sealan supports her and Si Wenshin to retaliate against the Qin family, what about him? Did he approach her with this purpose? Just guessing this possibility made Shi Shujing feel terrified. It was like a bolt of lightning striking down from the heavens. She was so stupid. If he didn't have a motive, how could Si Wenxin notice her and treat her so specially? Her whole world was blown apart by this fact. Her self-righteous happiness collapsed with a loud bang. She quickly fled and bumped into someone. She was knocked to the ground, her ears ringing. It was very painful when she hit the hard ground, but she didn't feel it at all. Even when she was pulled up, her head was still dizzy and her vision was blurry. Shi Shujing, did you hear me? Shi Shujing? Qin Baiyuan shook her shoulders. What happened to you? He had never seen her so out of sorts. It was as if she had encountered a great disaster, or as if her backbone had been taken away. His messy vision gradually blurred. Shi Shujing saw clearly that the person in front of him was Qin Baiyuan. He pushed his hand away emotionally. Let me go. Let me go. What happened to you? What happened? Seeing her red eyes, Qin Baiyuan became even more anxious. Did my dad's condition worsen? Get lost, don't care about me. Shi Shujing pushed him away and ran, but Qin Baiyuan caught up and grabbed her wrist. What's going on? Tell me. Let go, you bastard, don't grab me. She was like a fighting cock, her movements extremely intense. Unable to break free, she grabbed Qin Baiyuan's hand and bit it. It was so painful that he gritted his teeth. This woman was really ruthless. Instinctively, he pushed her and roared. What's wrong with you? Stop right there. Stop right there. Shi Shujing ran faster and faster as if she was running for her life. She hid on the rooftop alone. She needed time to digest this fact. At this time, Si Wenxin called and Shi Shujing hung up. After returning to the ward, Shi Shujing pretended to take care of Qin Yuning as if nothing had happened. While washing the fruit, Qin Baiyuan walked to her side, looked at her indifferent face in the mirror, and asked in a low voice. What happened to you just now? Nothing, nothing. Why are you so emotional? Looking at her appearance just now, it seemed that she had suffered a great blow. In addition, she liked to hide everything in her heart, so Qin Baiyuan was even more worried. Tell me, maybe I can help. It's okay. You? Qin Baiyuan couldn't do anything to her. Anyway, he was helpless to Shi Shujing now. Even if he was good to her, she didn't appreciate it, as if he wanted to hurt her. He didn't know how to please her at all. There's no need to guard against me. I'm not your enemy. He sighed silently. I just want to care about you. No need. What I said last night was serious. Do you want to think about it again? If you find that C isn't suitable for you, or it has nothing to do with him. Regardless of whether he is here or not, we can't turn back. After drying his hands, Shi Shujing walked out of the bathroom. Qin Baiyuan watched as she peeled pears for Qin Yuning, talking and laughing. He couldn't describe the feeling in his heart. When he realized that he was infatuated with her smile, he had already become the only person in the world who didn't deserve her smile. Moreover, he was very worried that she would suddenly mention divorce. Every day was like walking on a tightrope. He was constantly on tenterhooks, and his heart was very tired. Si Wenxin had been in a meeting for the whole day. He had called Shi Shujing 3 or 4 times, but he either hung up or didn't pick up. He had originally planned to look for her after work, but he received a call from Sibo Hong, telling him to go home for dinner. When he arrived home, Sibo Hong was still playing chess upstairs. Si Wenxin and Si Lan were chatting in the living room. What do you think of her? He asked. Oh, you know the answer. You mean Shi Shujing, Si Lan teased. I just got to know her, so I don't know much about her. But based on my experience, she's a pretty good girl. Si Wenxin was quite pleased with himself. Is there a need to say? How can the woman I fancy be bad? So you didn't sincerely ask for my opinion, but wanted to hear me praise her. You can understand it that way. After I left, what did you guys talk about? Nothing much. I made my position clear and said that I would support you guys. Then we went to the hospital to see old man Qin. Si Wenxin's relaxed brows tightened. You guys together? Huh? From the looks of it, she still doesn't know about your relationship with the Qin family. She's about to divorce you and you're still not going to confess to her? If she finds out, what do you think she will think? Si Wenxin's thoughts became complicated. It wasn't that he didn't want to say it, but the two of them had a conflict before, so he didn't have the chance to say it. Now that their relationship had just been repaired, he didn't want her to think too much about it. He planned to wait until the foundation was stable before bringing it up, so that she wouldn't be suspicious. Did you tell her? No, I only said that I have a relationship with Qin Yuning, and she didn't doubt it. Si Wenxin took out his phone. Could it be that she didn't answer his phone all day because she knew? Suddenly he had a bad feeling. What's wrong? Keep looking at your phone. Nothing. Just as Si Wenshin was about to leave, Sibo Hong went downstairs. He could only suppress his worry and stay at home for dinner. Shi Shujing had originally planned to stay in the hospital to take care of Qin Yuning that night, but he insisted that she and Qin Baiyuan go home first. It was already past 10 o'clock when the two of them left the hospital. I'll go get a taxi. Goodbye. Not going home tonight? Qin Baiyuan followed her. How long do you plan to stay at Gao Zhuqing's house? The Qin family is no longer my home. I don't want to go back. I didn't mention divorce today, but it doesn't mean that I won't in the future. I'll leave sooner or later, so it's better to move out early. Qin Baiyuan's brows furrowed deeply. Do you have to keep the divorce on the tip of your tongue? You're the one who asked me first. I want you to go home with me. I told you that's not my home. Shi Shujing was a little annoyed. I came to the hospital for Dad. Can you stop pestering me? I've tolerated you for a long time. Why are you throwing a tantrum today? I didn't ask you to tolerate me. Shi Shujing was very heartless. She reached out to stop the taxi, but Qin Baiyuan dragged her to the side. Don't look like the whole world owes you. If there's anything, say it clearly. I see you like this, my heart is flustered. Even if it's because of you and that sea guy, you can tell me. Just treat it as if I'm meddlesome. I don't want to laugh at you. I care about you. Only now did he care about her? What had he been doing earlier? If he had put 1% of his attention on her before, they wouldn't have come to this. Shi Shujing felt very absurd. Her mind was in a mess and she was tired of dealing with the care that she didn't need. She had a tired expression on her face. I'll treat it as if you're sincere. But there are some words that I don't want to say. I just want to be alone. Can you give me some space? So it's really because of that sea guy? Did he bully you? I told you long ago that he's not a good person. He was just playing with you, but you didn't listen. Look at what you've become because of him. Qin Baiyuan wanted to scold her, but he couldn't say it. He was more worried. No, I can't let that bastard play with you like this. I'm going to settle the score with him. Stop messing around. Shi Shujing grabbed his hands. Don't go. Let go. I want to get justice for you. Qin Baiyuan was aggressive and looked at the statue like he wanted to kill someone. A wave of dizziness hit her and Shi Shujing's vision turned dark. She almost lost her balance, but Qin Baiyuan supported her. What's wrong with you? She pinched her brows and shook her head. After a while, the uncomfortable feeling disappeared. I'm fine. I'm just a little dizzy. Don't go. Seeing her like this, Qin Baiyuan was angry but couldn't bear to see her like this. He pulled her to sit on a stone chair at the side. Are you still dizzy? Does your head hurt? Someone taught me a folk prescription. Massaging a few acupuncture points can relieve the dizziness. Try it. When his fingers touched Shi Shujing's head, she struggled a little. Do you know how to do it? Don't mess around. You'll die. If I wanted your life, you'd be dead a long time ago. Qin Baiyuan's words were unpleasant to hear, but his fingers were very gentle as he asked a question. Are you okay? Do you feel better? Shi Shujing closed her eyes and the anxiety in her heart eased a little. Chapter 173. I'm not bragging, right? You still don't believe me? Qin Baiyuan was a little smug. Why do you have so many problems at such a young age? If it's not a headache, it's a stomachache. When you're free, go for a full body checkup to see if there are any other illnesses. If there are, get it treated immediately. If it drags on for too long, it will become a serious illness. I'm talking to you. Did you hear me? Shi Shujing pushed his hand away. I'm fine. You can go. How can I rest assured if you call me like this? Qin Baiyuan compromised. I'll send you to Gao Zhuqing's place. No need. I said I want it, so I want it. Just when the two of them were entangled, Qin Baiyuan's mobile phone rang. He was afraid that Shi Shujing would leave, so he grabbed her wrist. It's me. What's the matter? No. He glanced at her. Give me another half an hour. I have something on. Must it be now? Why did I hire you? You can't even do such a simple thing? All right. I got it. The company's number? Yeah. It said that a big client came to make trouble and insisted on seeing me. Shi Shujing breathed a sigh of relief. Then you go. I'll flag a cab myself. Qin Baiyuan gave a few words of advice and drove away. Shi Shujing suddenly didn't want to go back so early. She felt suffocated and wanted to get some fresh air. She walked forward aimlessly on the street alone. A business car stopped beside her. Si Wenshin opened the door from the inside. The light orange light was very gentle, but it couldn't melt the frost on his face. He didn't look well. The car drove for 5 minutes. Neither of them spoke. Si Wenshin kept staring at the road ahead as if waiting for her to speak first. The atmosphere in the car was very depressing. Finally, he couldn't stand the silence and asked, "Why didn't you answer my call?" Shi Shujing's mood was not calm at this moment, but her expression was the opposite. She was very calm. "I'm taking care of my father-in-law. I'm not free and it's not convenient for me to answer." Every word without the slightest fluctuation of emotion. Her sudden change in attitude was definitely not without reason, but Si Wenshin just couldn't bring himself to ask that question, so he changed the topic. "Just now I saw you and Qin Baiyuan downstairs in the hospital. You said you wouldn't pester him." "He's the one pestering me, I'm not pestering him. I saw him give you a massage. I'm dizzy. Do you want me to faint there?" "That's not what I meant." Si Wenshin controlled his temper. "You know I don't like you being too close to him." "You don't like it so I can't do it?" "I don't like it when you lie to me." "Didn't you lie to me all the same?" "When you're thinking about your own feelings, have you ever thought about my feelings?" In the end, Shi Shujing still said it. She couldn't pretend that nothing had happened. She was conflicted, suspicious, and extremely conflicted. "How much longer are you going to hide the relationship between the Si and Qin families?" Si Wenshin stepped on the brakes and stopped the car by the side of the road. His cold and stern face had a tinge of clamor. "I'm sorry. I shouldn't have hidden it from you. Why did you approach me with the identity of Mr. Si in the beginning?" "I didn't approach you on purpose. I didn't want to use the Si family's power to start a business. I established the Ocean Group on my own using the identity of Mr. Si. Not only to you but to everyone else." "Fine, even if that's the case, then tell me, when you pestered me, was there even 1% of the reason you wanted to take revenge for your sister? Because my father-in-law let her down, you wanted to break up Qin Baiyuan's family?" Si Wenshin knew she would ask this question. "Look me in the eye and tell me." "That's not everything." This answer made Shi Shujing feel completely disheartened. As expected. As expected, he wouldn't notice her for no reason, and he wouldn't pester a lowly married woman like her for no reason. Even though the two families had a business marriage, my eldest sister truly loved Qin Yuning and did a lot for him. If it wasn't for the Si family's help, the Qin family wouldn't have been able to develop to its current scale. But after a year of marriage, Qin Yuning betrayed us, and he betrayed us again and again. He had many women outside just like the current Qin Baiyuan. But he had an excuse, and that was that my eldest sister couldn't give birth. She knew before they got married and kept it a secret from him. He relied on this to brazenly betray her. When my eldest sister's depression was at its worst, she almost committed suicide. Later on, she slowly thought it through and adjusted. No wonder Ceylon told her that she was experienced and understood her. So it turned out that they had both loved the men of the Qin family. Moreover, Qin Yuning back then was the current Qin Baiyuan. Shi Shujing could understand her hatred and helplessness. But this didn't mean that she would forgive them. She wasn't that great. "That's her business. Why are you telling me? Just because of this, you can use me to take revenge on the Qin family? Have you ever thought that I'm innocent?" "I didn't use you. I like you for other reasons." "What reasons?" "I don't want to say it." "You don't want to say it?" Shi Shujing smiled, her eyes flashing with tears. "I thought only Qin Baiyuan liked to find excuses, but it turns out that you can too. Men are all like this and you're no exception. I'm sorry. I never thought it would be like this. I've been looking for the right time to confess to you, but I'm not sure if our current relationship can let you bear all of this. I want to wait until our relationship is more stable in the future." "Stable? How stable?" "Paper can't wrap fire. Do you think I want to hear it from your mouth or from someone else?" "You make me feel like a complete fool." Shi Shujing cried, but the moment her tears fell, she immediately wiped them away. She didn't allow herself to be even more pitiful in front of him. "I was wrong. This was the worst decision I've ever made in my life. I swear I won't lie to you again. Let's turn this page, okay? No matter what my motive is, my feelings for you right now are real. Shujing, I love you. I've never..." "Enough. I don't want to hear it." She interrupted him in annoyance. "Perhaps the motive isn't important to you, but it's very important to me. Every time I think about how you got close to me for revenge and the complicated relationship between the Qin family and the Si family, I'm so tired. I can't accept all of this. The more she spoke, the more confused Shi Shujing became. She just wanted to escape, so she reached out to open the car door, but Si Wenxin held her back. Don't be like this. Let's talk things out. Escaping won't solve the problem. You lied to me. That's the truth. How are you going to solve it? Shi Shujing looked at him with tears in her eyes. She felt wronged and extremely disappointed. Maybe you shouldn't have treated me so well and made me trust you too much. But what's the result of trusting me? How can you face me with a clear conscience? I've already apologized. Si Wenxin didn't know how to explain himself and panicked, so he said this. However, it greatly agitated Shi Shujing, who started laughing coldly. Apologize? Ah, that's right, you're so high and mighty, yet you're apologizing to me. You apologized so I should forgive you and pretend nothing happened, right? But I'm really sorry. Even someone as lowly as me has pride. Not every apology can be exchanged for a "it's fine." At least in this case I can't do that. Shi Shujing, let go of me. Si Wenxin's pupils suddenly constricted. His voice was low, and under the dim yellow light, there was a thin layer of bitterness. He suppressed his voice and let out a painful sound. Must you do this? Let go. Don't ask me to let go. You know I don't want to let go. Shi Shujing's nose was even more sour. Since he didn't want to let go, why didn't he confess? Actually, what she really minded was not his original intention. When their relationship wasn't deep, she could understand the mentality of revenge for his loved ones. What really hurt her was that when he said he loved her, he still chose to hide it. She was really disappointed. Because she trusted him too much. When the faith that she had been holding on to collapsed in an instant, she was so disheartened. Let me go. I'm really uncomfortable. Shi Shujing was so weak that she couldn't withstand a single blow. She clutched her chest tightly and twisted into a ball. Let me go. Go? You want to end everything between us like this? Si Wenxin's heart felt like it was hit by a sledgehammer. A wave of panic instantly captured his heart. Even his fingers were cold and shivering. I don't know. Shi Shujing couldn't say the word break up. Even under such circumstances, she still couldn't make up her mind because she loved him and she couldn't bear to leave him. Don't force me. I know I made you sad. I'm sorry. No matter how much I apologize, it can't change the truth. Let's find a way to solve it together, okay? Si Wenxin carefully stroked her hair like he was treating a porcelain doll. He was afraid that he would anger her again, so he tried his best to comfort her with a gentle voice. Give me another chance, Such a gentle voice, such doting, such sincerity. Shi Shujing couldn't resist this familiar gentleness and almost fell into it. But when she thought that he used this gentleness to conquer her heart step by step, and there was a hidden deception behind it, her heart that was about to soften became hard again. It was even harder to forgive him, and she pushed his hand away. I can't do it. What do you want? I don't know, but at least I can't face you now. She went to open the car door again, but Si Wenxin was a step ahead and put his hand on the car window heavily, revealing his anxiety. Don't go. Shi Shujing looked at him coldly, but behind the tears, her eyes were very cold. If you force me again, I can't forgive you. Let go. Si Wenxin didn't want to let go of her, and he also had a lot of words to say, but he didn't have the face to say them. Her cold eyes were like a sharp knife that cut into his heart, making it bleed. He could keep her body, but he couldn't keep her heart. That was a feeling of helplessness that struck his heart. Chapter 174. The two of them were in a stalemate for a long time. Finally, Si Wenxin let out a long sigh. His eyes were full of powerlessness. Okay, I'll give you some time to calm down. But promise me don't completely deny our past because of this, okay? Shi Shujing did not give him an answer. He forced himself to get out of the car without looking back. He watched her figure disappear into the night, mentally and physically exhausted. Shi Shujing dragged her exhausted body home and threw herself on the sofa. Gao Zhuqing was huddling on the sofa with her laptop in her hands, rushing to work. After a while, she kicked her with her foot. What's wrong? You're half dead. No. Shi Shujing was lying on his back with his eyes closed. You're still saying no? You're so weak. After checking, Gao Zhuqing put the laptop aside and asked with a cheeky smile. Is it because Boss C is too strong and he squeezed you dry? Did you just come back from his place? She took a deep breath. It's Boss C's body fragrance. I'm sure I'm not mistaken. That night, I was very sensible and took the initiative to give the place to the two of you. But Boss C is also very loyal. The next day he told the chief editor to give me all the interviews of Ocean Group. How domineering. He's welcome to come often and give me more benefits. If he's happy, I'm happy too. In the past, Shi Shujing would take it as a joke. But now he felt very annoyed. What do you think I am? A tool that you use to climb up? Gao Zhuqing was stunned. Why are you so angry? Can't I make a joke? I don't like this kind of joke. When she opened her eyes, Gao Zhuqing found that her eyes were as red as a rabbit's. He was anxious. You cried? Did that bastard Qin Baiyuan bully you again? That's not right. You obviously have the smell of Boss C on you. How could he bully you? Why not? Shi Shujing asked sarcastically. He was so good at buying people's hearts. Not only did he make her believe in him unwaveringly, his friends also thought that he was the best man in the world. But if that was the case, why would he use her and lie to her? Boss C isn't that kind of person. Besides, he treats you like a treasure. How could he bear to part with you? Did you two quarrel? There must be a misunderstanding. It's not a misunderstanding. Shi Shujing sighed with a conflicted look in his eyes. Have you ever wondered why he chose me when there are so many women around him? Liking is liking. What's the point? The feeling was right and we hit it off. Gao Zhuqing replied with a question of her own. Besides, other than liking you, what other reason could there be? Don't tell me he's interested in your money? Are you overthinking things and feeling that he has ulterior motives towards you because of your inferiority complex? Let me tell you, a man with ulterior motives is definitely not like him. You've already done it. He could have just left, but did he? I know he's good to me, but what? Forget it, it's nothing. Shi Shujing shook his head. He didn't want to continue this topic. I'm going to take a shower. Hey, don't be like this. Don't you know you'll be struck by lightning if you don't finish your sentence? Shi Shujing's suffering now was no different from being struck by lightning. Shi Shujing wasn't feeling well. Si Wenqin wasn't feeling well either. He was frustrated and wanted to drink to his heart's content, but he didn't want to go to the bar. It was too noisy, so he took a detour and returned to the Si family's old mansion. When he returned to his room, he threw his suit casually and threw himself into the large office chair. He laid down and pinched his forehead tiredly. His heart was filled with frustration. When it came to work, nothing could stump him. If there was a problem, he just had to solve it. However, it was different when it came to relationships. He knew what the problem was, but the other party didn't give him a chance, so he couldn't do anything about it. His heart felt as though it was being squeezed at all times. It was so stuffy that he couldn't breathe. He didn't have the mood to deal with other problems. Ceylon knocked on the door and entered. Sister E's mung bean paste is good for clearing heat. According to your taste, there's no sugar. But does it taste good without sugar? I can't even drink a mouthful. Si Wenqin sighed. I don't want to drink it now. Did you have a conflict with Miss Shi? Yes. Si Wenqin sat up slightly. How did she know about your relationship with the Qin family? I didn't mention it to her. She might have overheard my conversation with Yin Jingqi in the corridor. That's the only possibility. Si Lan's reply was very calm and indifferent. Why did you insist on going to the hospital with her? Are you blaming me? Si Wenqin didn't make a sound. In my opinion, it's better for her to know as soon as possible. If it drags on, she won't be able to forgive you. But knowing it from you feels different from knowing it from me. She's now convinced that I'm lying to her on purpose. She can't accept it. You lied to her in the first place. But I didn't want to use her to take revenge on the Qin family. All right. I admit that there was a little relationship at the beginning, but it gradually changed. I'm sincere towards her. But because of that matter at the beginning, she no longer trusts me. This was the first time Ceylon saw Si Wenqin so anxious. It seemed that he had fallen deeper than she thought. However, she wasn't worried. Don't think so much. It's normal for lovers to quarrel. Which couple doesn't break up and get back together? Sometimes quarreling can make their relationship better. Don't act like the sky is falling every time you quarrel. You won't break up so easily. Ceylon served the mung bean soup with both hands. Look at how anxious you are now. Drink some mung beans to calm down. How can I be in the mood now? Is there a need to be like this because of a small conflict? My brother isn't as irrational as you. Si Wenqin's breathing was even more irritated. You go out first. I want to be alone. The night was silent. Si Wenqin faced the mountain scenery and smoked one cigarette after another. However, he still couldn't calm his emotions. The more he smoked, the more agitated he became. He took out his phone and hesitated for a long time on Shi Shujing's number. He didn't dial it until midnight. He sent a text message. Sorry. Good night. The next day, the secretary came in to inform Shi Shujing that he would be attending a meeting at Ocean Group in the afternoon. She hesitated. She didn't want to bring her personal emotions into work, but she couldn't face Si Wenchen. In the end, she couldn't escape her heart. She found an excuse to take a leave and handed over her work to someone else. Ocean Group. Si Wenchen had already predicted that Shi Shujing wouldn't be attending the meeting today. However, he couldn't help but have some hope in his heart. However, when he arrived at the venue, his hope was dashed. Shi Shujing didn't come. However, he couldn't help but ask. Where's Manager Shi? Several representatives looked at each other. Finally, one of them answered in a low voice. Manager Shi is busy with other work. I'll explain on her behalf. It won't affect today's meeting. Si Wenchen was silent. It was the secretary who signaled the start of the meeting. For 4 consecutive days, Shi Shujing didn't show up. Si Wenchen's heart became more and more disappointed and worried. He was afraid that she would let her imagination run wild and force him into a dead end, infinitely magnifying his sin. He was very eager to see her, but he was afraid to put pressure on her. He was also afraid that it would cause her emotional rebound and make her more resistant to him. In short, he was in a dilemma. He was helpless and could only endure it. Shi Shujing couldn't concentrate on her work either. She had a terrible headache for several days in a row. Si Wenchen didn't call her once, but he sent her at least 2 text messages every day. He didn't ask for her forgiveness. He just said good morning and good night, or reminded her to eat and not to be exposed to the air conditioner. Every time she saw his text messages, her throat was sore, and she had to swallow back her tears several times. There was still a photo of them in the mobile phone. It was taken by Director Zhang at the entrance of the planning bureau that day. She was in his arms, looking very cramped, afraid to reveal her feelings. She didn't dare to set this photo as her screensaver, but she looked at it many times every day. In the past, she was smitten and giggling at him, but now it became a sad sweetness. The secretary's voice came from the internal line. The general manager is here. Shi Shujing hurriedly wiped her eyes. Let him in. Shi Shujing wiped the tears from the corners of her eyes and put on a cold face when facing Qin Baiyuan. But after all, they had known each other for more than 10 years, and he had a certain understanding of her. He could still see that she was depressed, and he naturally knew who it was because of, which made him very jealous. You didn't go to the Ocean Group meeting these days? Yes. I've handed the work to Manager Zhang and he handled it very well. But this project is still under your charge. It doesn't seem appropriate to suddenly change hands. Oh, Shi Shujing replied. It doesn't matter who's in charge as long as the work can be done. Are you avoiding Si Yihan? Did you two have a conflict or, are you done for? Qin Baiyuan hoped it was the latter, but his previous experience told him that the two of them were probably just having a conflict and were still in a state of broken ties. Oh. Also, this is the company and I don't want to talk about personal matters. Even though you say that, aren't you bringing your personal feelings into this? Don't deny it, I know what you're thinking. Qin Baiyuan said with certainty. Didn't you say that he's 1,000 times better than me and treats you very well? But look at what you've become because of him. You're even worse than when you were with me. He's an expert at playing with people's feelings. It's normal for you to be deceived by him, but it's time for you to repent. If you continue to be entangled with him, it will only be more painful. You might as well break it off and be done with it. Shi Shujing replied coldly. It's none of your business. Qin Baiyuan knew that she had a stubborn temper. Previously, when he was having fun every night, there must have been many people who advised her to divorce, but she insisted to the end. As for Mr. C, he was afraid that she would not give up so easily. She was the kind of woman who would not turn back until her head was broken and bleeding. Thinking about it, it was quite pitiful. She was considered a good woman, but every relationship she had was so unsuccessful. He really didn't know what kind of sin she had committed. Anyway, Qin Baiyuan was not in the mood to mock her now. He felt more sorry for her. Forget it. If you don't want to go, then don't go. I'll handle it for you. Shi Shujing blurted out. Don't interfere in the matter between me and him. Didn't you just say that it's just work? I'm already in a mess. Please don't hit me when I'm down. Shi Shujing's expression was very unpleasant and very impatient. I'm not here to find trouble with you. I just feel sorry for you. Chapter 175. I don't want to argue with you. I'm off work. Let's go eat. I've ordered takeout. What takeout? Don't you know that there's gutter oil everywhere? You'll die if you eat it. You're already in poor health. If you eat so casually, you'll be courting death. I still have a lot of things to do. Just eat at the company's cafeteria. It's not that far. Qin Baiyuan stood up and urged impatiently. What are you looking at? Let's go. Shi Shujing rejected him bluntly. I don't want to eat with you. I have no appetite when I look at you. That's because you're blind. So many women are drooling over me waiting in line. Do you think I'll feel good when I see your bitter face? I'm just worried that you won't eat well and your health will deteriorate. Stop nagging. Let's go. Qin Baiyuan couldn't be bothered to waste his breath on her. He went straight to drag her. Shi Shujing was dragged up from the chair and staggered a few steps. You're hurting me. Let go. I'll go with you. The two of them arrived at the staff cafeteria. It was the peak hour for lunch. Dozens of pairs of eyes were staring at them. Shi Shujing felt uncomfortable. Qin Baiyuan was cool. He crossed his legs and handed her a menu. What do you want to eat? I have no appetite. You have to eat even if you don't have an appetite. You'll be hungry if you don't eat. Do you know that? Besides, you have stomach problems. Shi Shujing asked impatiently. Since when did you care about me? Why do you care about me? I have too much kindness. Can't I give it to you? His words were always so infuriating. I don't want your charity. You don't know what's good for you. If it weren't for me, you'd still be eating gutter oil in the office. That's still better than being watched like a monkey. Qin Baiyuan looked around. The surrounding staff lowered their heads, but it still made him a little unhappy. These people are really boring. Did the company hire them to work or to gossip? Isn't it all thanks to you? Qin Baiyuan was speechless for a long time, but he still felt that even if he could blackmail her, it was better than looking at her from afar. He really couldn't stand her cold attitude of treating him like air. After eating a big bowl of rice with Shi Shujing, Qin Baiyuan went to the Ocean Group for a meeting. There was already a powerful Si Wenxin in the meeting room. With him and those rumors, the atmosphere was naturally a little tense. However, in order to maintain their composure, the two of them did not show their emotions on their faces. The meeting began. I've carefully studied Plan A and Plan B provided by Blue Sky. I personally prefer the first plan. Before Si Wenxin could finish, Qin Baiyuan interrupted him. Plan A is stable, but in terms of aesthetics and design, it's not as good as Plan B. Nowadays, the requirements for architecture are different from before. You can't just focus on stability. The architecture itself is also a work of art. Aesthetics are very important. This is the first cooperation between Blue Sky and Ocean Group. It's a demonstration of Blue Sky's ability. I advocate Plan B, which can give people the most direct visual shock. Qin Baiyuan's behavior was obviously impolite, but Si Wenxin was not angry. He held the big office chair with one hand and tapped the armrest with his slender index finger. The whole meeting room was silent, and everyone else held their breath. After a few seconds, Si Wenxin smiled. It seems that Manager Qin is very visual. Of course, men are visual animals. If the appearance doesn't attract me, then the architecture itself will not be successful. That's true. Just look at the rumors about Manager Qin. Which new lover isn't beautiful? However, I'm a person who pays attention to practicality. The important thing is not determined by the appearance but by the inside. That's what attracts me the most. Because you pay too much attention to the appearance, it's easy for Manager Qin to ignore the real value. If you miss it, it's too late to regret it. Whether it's the appearance or the inside, it's Blue Sky's plan. It's something that belongs to our Qin family. You can't take it away. If it's not yours, you'd better not covet it. This project is under the name of Ocean Group. Everything designed by Blue Sky, including the people, belongs to Ocean Group, which means it belongs to me. General Manager Qin should recognize this clearly. In the discussion that followed, the conflict continued to escalate. It became a contest between the two of them. Qin Baiyuan targeted Si Wenxin for everything, and Si Wenxin didn't show any mercy. The others in the room couldn't hold on any longer. It wasn't easy for them to endure until the end of the meeting. There were only two people left in the meeting room. When Si Wenxin passed behind them, Qin Baiyuan stopped him. What did you do to Shi Shujing? That's between me and her. It's not your place to ask. Damn it. Qin Baiyuan stepped in front of him. Shi Shujing is my wife. What happened to her is related to me. What did you do to her to make her so sad? You dumped her? Si Wenshin looked at him funny. What do you mean by asking me this? Are you questioning me as a husband why I didn't mess with your wife? You like to play with women's feelings, but sure Shujing can't afford it. You used those disgusting sweet words to deceive her. Now that you're tired of playing with her, you want to dump her? Are you still human? Have you ever considered her feelings? You still have the cheek to talk about me? Si Wenshin sneered. If you were as affectionate as you say, you wouldn't have fooled around with women. When you criticize me, you should reflect on your own virtue. That's in the past. Qin Baiyuan gritted his teeth. I admit that I've wronged her. That's why I want to make it up to her. If you're done, don't mess with her anymore. Don't get involved with her again. Si Wenshin was enraged when he heard that. He pushed Qin Baiyuan hard and raised his voice. Who do you think you are? You want to be the messenger of justice? Are you qualified? No matter how useless I am, I'm better than a bastard like you. You hurt Shi Shujing. I won't let you off. Qin Baiyuan punched angrily. Si Wenshin dodged it. Seeing that the two were about to fight, Yin Jingqi rushed in and separated them. She raised her hand and slapped Qin Baiyuan. You, shut up. No matter what, you shouldn't have hit Mr. C. Yin Jingqi apologized. It's okay that he's my son. Baiyuan is young and impetuous. Mr. C, don't mind him. Si Wenshin snorted coldly, his posture arrogant. Not everyone is worth my time. But the Qin family's upbringing is terrible. Those who don't know might think that someone released a mad dog to bite people. Si Wenshin's words were so ruthless that Yin Jingqi felt like she had been slapped. But she didn't dare to say anything. She still grabbed Qin Baiyuan to stop him from arguing. She didn't let go of him until Si Wenshin left the conference room. Why did you stop me? Why didn't you let me hit him? Qin Baiyuan roared and kicked over several chairs. You hit him? Have you thought about the consequences? Yin Jingqi was angry at him. Get this straight. Blue Sky is begging Ocean Group for cooperation. Do you want to mess it up? Without the project, Blue Sky won't collapse. Do I, Qin Baiyuan, need to beg him? Now he slept with my wife. What's wrong with me teaching him a lesson? Yin Jingqi shook her head, disappointed. Look at you now. You can't keep calm at all. How can Blue Sky be handed to you in the future? And it's all because of Shi Shujing. Is it worth it? Son, wake up. Maybe the two of them are scheming against you. Don't fall for it. Don't ruin your future step by step for that bitch. In this world, there's only one person who will treat you sincerely, and that's your mother. Don't trust anyone else. Qin Baiyuan's heart was filled with sadness. His fists powerlessly slammed on the conference table and his eyes were sore. How could he say that he had already fallen in love with the woman who had betrayed him? He didn't even hesitate to trample on his dignity for her and find an adulterer to seek justice for her. Sadly, even if he did everything for her, it would only make her hate him more. He had been asking to be humiliated. Before Shi Shujing got off work, Yin Jingqi called her into the office and scolded her. She was ordered to attend the meeting for the next week and not to let Qin Baiyuan attend. Shi Shujing couldn't refuse the order from her superior. The next morning she went to Ocean Group. When she arrived, there was no one there. She first distributed the information. Hearing the footsteps, she seemed to have a premonition. She didn't dare to look back. The surrounding air suddenly became thin. Si Wenshin was surprised by Shi Shujing's appearance. He stood there for a few seconds before walking over and trying to relax. Morning. Yes. Good morning, Mr. C. Shi Shujing continued to distribute the information. She didn't even bat an eyelid. So early today? The road conditions are fine. I arrived early. I see. Si Wenshin had never experienced such an awkward situation. It seemed that he had to rack his brains to find a topic. Why didn't I see you a few days ago? I have other things to do. Besides, I've already assigned some work. It shouldn't affect the meeting. I don't mean that. Are you avoiding me? No. I have other work. Her attitude was so cold that Si Wenshin felt uncomfortable. He walked forward and helped her distribute the information. Are you in a better mood? He actually wanted to ask her if she was still angry with him. Yes. I heard that the meeting went well, so, it's good. Shi Shujing even smiled at him, but there was no him in her eyes. The smile was not real at all, as if they were just ordinary working relationship. Si Wenshin knew that she wouldn't forget it so easily. She was pretending, which made him feel even more distressed. He grabbed her hand anxiously. Don't be like this. I know you still blame me. It's better for you to say it than to keep it in your heart. I'm not. Shi Shujing's reaction was still very calm. He didn't even struggle. We're in the company. Please be more respectful. I've already given you a few days. I tried my best not to look for you because I wanted you to calm down. Isn't that enough respect? I don't want to talk about anything other than work. Must you be so cold to me? Si Wenxin was anxious. He clenched his teeth and squeezed his voice out. Chapter 176. When a woman was angry, she hated to hear this sentence the most. It was as if he was accusing her of being unreasonable. She felt that it was ironic, so she retorted. Now you are the one grabbing my hand and refusing to let go. Who is the one making trouble? I'm not the kind of person who likes to make a scene, and I don't want to bring personal grievances to work. Is there anything wrong with this? I'm not saying that you're wrong, but I really hate it when you're like this. Yes, it's my fault, but is it interesting for you to keep quiet and pretend that nothing happened? I'd rather you say it than keep it in your heart and pretend that nothing happened. If you're like this, both of us will feel uncomfortable. Let's just talk about it. You can scold me if you want. I'm sorry. I don't like scolding people and things have already happened. Can scolding solve the problem? Then how can you solve the problem by doing this? What do you want? For a few days he was troubled by this matter. He couldn't sleep well and he couldn't eat well. Si Wenxin was almost driven to lose his mind. Now he was still treated as a stranger by her. He really wanted to tear her apart. I don't know what I want either. Shi Shujing looked determined, but she was also conflicted in her heart. She knew that it was meaningless to continue this stalemate, but at the same time she couldn't forget that matter, so she was in so much pain. But at least I know that I don't want to talk about this during work time. Let's talk about it later. Later? When is the future? How long are you going to blame me? I don't know. Shi Shujing sighed and was tired of being entangled with him. They're coming, please let go of me. Shujing, Si Wenxin still wanted to fight for it. I can do anything to make it up to you, but please don't continue to torture me. Let go. There were footsteps outside the door. Shi Shujing pulled her hand out of Si Wenxin's palm and continued to hand out the information. He looked at her. She was only a few steps away, but she seemed very far away from him. The situation in the next few days was similar. Except for the necessary contact at work, Shi Shujing treated Si Wenxin like air. He couldn't find a chance to please her even if he wanted to. He was a proud man. After being thwarted time and time again, he must be very frustrated. Sometimes when he was angry he wanted to ignore her and continue the Cold War. However, when he saw her, he could not be so heartless and wanted to explain to her. The two of them arrived together in the morning. As soon as they stepped out of the elevator, Si Wenxin immediately caught up with Shi Shujing. He was very anxious, but he did not want to attract attention in the company, so he forced himself to slow down and walked side by side with her. You've had enough of a Cold War these past few days. Can we not continue this stalemate? Let's find a place to talk things out. I'm very busy with work, I don't have time. Must you not give me any chance at all? Sorry. Shi Shujing looked forward and walked very fast. It had been more than a week, but she still felt angry. And a common problem of angry women was that the more the other party coaxed them, the angrier they became. Their temper was even more stubborn than a cow. Si Wenxin reached out and grabbed her wrist, and there was a trace of suppressed anger in the corner of his eyes. I was wrong first, but should you be like this? A Cold War is not good for anyone. If you don't want to break up, then talk to me clearly. I have a husband. Even if it's over between us, it's not a breakup. Do you have to stab me like this? You know I hate it when you mention bullshit marriage. There were only the two of them in the corridor, but someone could appear at any time. Shi Shujing was secretly anxious and twisted her wrist twice. I'm here to discuss a project with your company on behalf of Blue Sky. You will cause misunderstandings. Misunderstanding? Do you think it's a misunderstanding? We've come to this point and you can still deny it? I don't know what you're talking about. Let go. Shi Shujing was like a frightened bird. Let go. I said don't ask me to let go again. Si Wenxin was angry and his chest was fiercely heaving, showing his anger. He apologized again and tried to find opportunities to ease their relationship, but in exchange she coldly refused him. No matter how much patience he had, he ran out. You must be like this, right? Fine. Whatever you want. After that he shook off her hand and strode away. At the meeting that morning, everyone could feel the hostility from Si Wenchen. Once a man who was usually calm and introverted was angered, it was quite a terrible thing. Everyone present was trembling with fear of making any mistakes. After Shi Shujing finished her report, Si Wenchen threw the design back in front of her. This is your carefully designed plan? The so-called elite team of Blue Sky, has the design skills regressed to such an extent? Manager Shi, did you read the plan carefully before handing it in? Giving me such a thing is a waste of my time, isn't it? She directly blamed Shi Shujing. More than a dozen pairs of eyes looked at her, but she was very calm. There was no problem with the plan itself, and the first draft had been seen by Ocean Group, so she was very clear that Si Wenchen was using it as a pretext. With a clear conscience, she could calmly look straight into his eyes. May I ask what's wrong with this design? A second-tier company can achieve the same level of design. Is this all Blue Sky can do? In the previous meeting they all said that the first draft is fine. So you're saying that I'm making trouble out of nothing? It was true. Moreover, his current posture of denouncing her obviously carried his personal emotions. She believed that as long as one had two eyes, they would be able to see that there were actually times when he was not calm. In short, with the current plan, it will definitely not pass me. The whole team will stay and continue to modify it until I'm satisfied. Si Wenchen threw these words and left, leaving behind the smell of gunpowder in the meeting room. Shi Shujing hesitated for 2 seconds and chased after him. Wait a minute, she blocked his way. You know that there's no problem with the design. There's no need to bring our conflict to work. Since you know there's no need, why did you hide from me for the past few days? Isn't that called indiscriminate? Shi Shujing pursed his lips. Don't make a fuss. How am I making a fuss? Si Wenchen asked back, his eyes clear. I'm not satisfied, so I let you continue to modify it. What's wrong with that? If you think that I'm targeting you, then you can leave. There's no more problem, right? Si Wenchen's sneer was fleeting. He pushed her away and strode away. Shi Shujing returned to the meeting room dejectedly. There was a strange silence. No one said anything, but they were blaming her in their hearts. They felt that they were tricked by her. It was obvious that the two of them had a conflict. What did it have to do with them? How unlucky. Both of them were well aware of this matter, but Shi Shujing couldn't say anything and could only force a smile. Since the partner thinks that there's a problem with our proposal, then continue to modify it. Keep improving and strive for perfection. From the morning to the evening, everyone was just putting on an act, suffering in the room full of resentment. Shi Shujing was also having a hard time. She had to personally buy lunch, afternoon tea, and dinner for the whole day. It was 9 o'clock in the evening. Everyone was yawning and getting off work. Shi Shujing stayed behind to sort out the documents. When he was done, he looked at his watch. It was almost 11 o'clock. Just when he walked to the entrance of the company, there were a few lightning bolts and heavy rain. Si Wenchen's mood was not calm this day. He kept asking himself if he had gone too far. Why did he quarrel with a little girl? But her attitude these days really made him angry. If he didn't teach her a good lesson, he would be so angry. He didn't go to see her for the whole day, but he still asked his secretary to keep an eye on her and report her movements. He didn't leave until she got off work. Lightning flashed and thunder roared. The rain was like a whip lashing the truck bed, making a pitter-patter sound which annoyed him. He used to like rainy days very much, but that was because his mood had always been very stable. At this moment he was restless and couldn't help cursing in his heart. Damn the weather. The driver was driving when he suddenly said, "Bossy, is that Miss Shi?" Si Wenchen immediately looked out of the window. At the entrance of the building, Shi Shujing was holding a small umbrella that could be torn by the wind at any time, moving forward step by step against the heavy rain. She was like a leaf in a flood, swaying in the wind and rain, and her thin body seemed to be blown out in the next second. His fingers suddenly tightened and he roared out, "Stop the car." She didn't even know to hide from the rain in this kind of weather. This damn woman, she was torturing herself. The wind and rain were fierce and Shi Shujing was all wet. The security guard asked her to wait a little longer, but she didn't listen and stubbornly wanted to fight with the rain. She wanted to get soaked to her heart's content and vent the annoyance in her heart. The rain was too fierce. She gritted her teeth and took a step forward, but was immediately forced to take 2 steps back. After walking for more than 10 minutes, she didn't walk far. Her face was full of rain and tears, probably like a lunatic. She passed by one car after another, and the water splashed on her several times. Another car came and she thought she was going to eat mud again, so she quickly closed her mouth. But the car stopped beside her and the door opened. Si Wenchen was in the back seat. Get in the car. Being seen by him in a mess, Shi Shujing was even more depressed and shouted at him. I don't want to. Get in the car. The rain was too heavy, but his voice was still low and clear. Get in the car. In just a short while, a lot of water had been splashed on the car seat. Shi Shujing, don't force me to get down to catch you. He was always so domineering and she had no room to resist at all. Couldn't he just let her be miserable for once? Shi Shujing sat in the car, and her whole body was dripping water from head to toe. Si Wenchen took a towel and covered her head to wipe her. Because of her self-abuse, his face was extremely gloomy, and he pursed his lips tightly. He didn't say a word of concern and his actions were very rough. You're hurting me, Shi Shujing snatched the towel away. I'll do it myself. You also know pain? In the end, Si Wenchen couldn't hold back his temper and reprimanded her loudly. You know pain and yet you still walk in the rain? Who are you trying to hurt yourself for? I'm not. Don't I even have the right to get soaked in the rain? You can't hurt yourself like this. His angry voice was full of deep concern. Shi Shujing also knew that, but she was angry and didn't appreciate it. Instead, she became even more emotional. Chapter 177. Si Wenchen was enraged. He grabbed her face and pulled her over. Shi Shujing almost fell into his arms. Her eyes met with those cold eyes that were inches away from her. There was a turbulent undercurrent that was even more terrifying than the storm. Your body is yours, but you're mine. Every word was forced out through gritted teeth, declaring his ownership. That gloomy face made one's heart tremble. Shi Shujing felt a lump in her throat. She was touched and felt wronged at the same time. What right did he have to reprimand her so loudly? Wasn't he the one who caused her to be in this state? Who was she in so much pain for? It was all his fault. Her face was wet, but Si Wenchen could still tell that there were tears at the corner of her eyes. They were silently accusing him of being rough. For a moment, his heart softened and his fingers relaxed. His feelings were extremely complicated. Even if he was still angry with her, it was all because of his heartache. His tone couldn't help but soften. Hurry up and dry yourself. To prevent himself from doing something out of control and hurting her, he moved closer to the window and looked out. This torrential rain was too irritating. Shi Shujing silently dried her hair. Her body was too wet and couldn't be cleaned no matter how hard she tried. Even though Si Wenchen had asked the driver to turn on the heater, she still felt cold all over. He scolded her angrily, asking her to feel wronged. But when he ignored her, she felt even more wronged, as though she was abandoned by the whole world. Her messy hair made her look pitiful. Her body was getting colder and colder, and the pain in her lower abdomen was getting stronger. It was so painful that she couldn't sit up straight. She held onto her lower abdomen and bent over like a curled-up shrimp. What's wrong? Si Wenchen asked immediately. Why is your face so pale? Are you feeling unwell? Shi Shujing's lips were as white as paper. Cold sweat seeped out of his forehead and he held onto her abdomen even tighter. My stomach hurts. Go to the hospital. He immediately ordered the driver to turn around. Early morning. He called for the emergency department. Si Wenchen stood in the empty corridor, waiting anxiously. He had been standing in the same position for a long time, expressionless and calm, but if one looked closely, one could tell from the dozens of cigarette butts at his feet that he was very anxious. When the doctor walked out of the emergency room, Si Wenchen quickly stubbed out his cigarette and waited for the result with a frown. Don't worry, she's fine. It's just that her period came early. Si Wenchen heaved a sigh of relief, but he was not completely at ease. Why is it so painful? If a woman's body is weak, she will experience menstrual pain in the first 2 days. Coupled with the fact that she was drenched in the rain, it will definitely worsen the pain. Was she under a lot of pressure recently? It was no wonder that she didn't know that she had come 10 days earlier. A woman's mood will affect her period. In addition, she already has headaches and blood deficiency problems, so her period is not normal. I'll prescribe some medicine for her to replenish her blood and regulate her period. But these are only supplementary effects. The key is still her mood. A woman's period must be highly valued. If she has plans to get pregnant, her period cannot be messed up. Protecting it well is good for her body in pregnancy. You should pay more attention to it and care for her. Si Wenchen nodded. Thank you, doctor. Can I go in to see her now? Go ahead. Come back later to get the medicine. Shi Shujing changed into sanitary pads and came out. Her face was haggard, and there was no trace of blood in her. One of her hands was still covering her abdomen. Her pitiful appearance made Si Wenchen's heart ache. He felt that he really deserved to die. Is it still very painful? The doctor is going to prescribe some medicine for menstrual pain. Shi Shujing rarely experienced menstrual pain, but at this moment she was in excruciating pain. Not only her body but her heart was also tormenting her the most. When she was at her weakest, her eyes revealed a look of grievance as she complained to him. If it's painful, rest for a while more. I don't want to stay in the hospital. I hate the smell of disinfectant here. Shi Shujing's face scrunched up as she complained childishly. But what? She bit her lip and said with difficulty. My pants are stained with that. How can I walk? Si Wenchen smiled. He took off his suit as he walked toward her and covered her body with it. Shi Shujing used her hand to stop him. This will stain your suit. He raised his eyebrows, and his gaze returned to its initial gentleness and doting. I'm already yours. Why would I care about a suit? Shi Shujing's heart skipped a beat and she let go of him subconsciously. Let's go. The moment she said that, he carried her into his arms. Afraid that she might fall, she instinctively wrapped her arms around his neck. There's no need to do this. I can still walk. I can't bear to. Si Wenchen kissed her wet hair. Shi Shujing's heart melted and her throat felt sour. The chauffeur came back with the medicine and continued driving. Si Wenchen hugged Shi Shujing with one arm and covered her lower abdomen with the other. Is it here? Feeling better? She nodded. She was very obedient. She knew that she shouldn't indulge in his gentleness, but she was so fragile right now. The whole world only wanted him, Si Wenchen, to care for her. Her slender body shrunk into his loose suit, looking so small and obedient. Si Wenchen couldn't help but question himself. How could he bear to hurt her? He was a man and had always been gentlemanly and respectful to women. This was the first time he got angry with a woman. He was so childish that even he looked down on himself. But this was the first time he fell in love. He was not rational at all. His EQ was almost zero and his temper was terrible. Anyway, he was completely out of control. His fragrant scent filled her nostrils. Shi Shujing felt very at ease and unknowingly leaned her head on his chest. She knew that she couldn't forgive him yet, but at least at this moment she didn't want to have a cold war with him anymore. She was really tired. In a daze, the car stopped and she heard his magnetic voice. We're here. Shi Shujing was a little reluctant to part with him, so she glanced outside. Why did you bring me to your house? You sent me back to Gao Zhuqing's place. You have menstrual cramps. I have to take care of you. There's Gao Zhuqing. I'll only be reassured if I take care of you personally. Sit here for a while. I'll go buy tampons. Is there a specific brand? Shi Shujing blushed and said 2 brands. I'll be right back. Si Wenchen got out of the car. Holding a black umbrella, his tall figure walked into the rain. Shi Shujing leaned on the car seat and looked at him as though she was looking at her hero. He was really tall. Even his back view gave her a sense of security. His broad shoulders were enough for her to rely on for a lifetime. This is the first time I've seen Boss C care so much about someone, the driver said. Oh no, to be precise, this is the first time I've seen Boss C care about a woman. I've been by Boss C's side for 10 years, but I've never seen him personally buy tampons. Monsieur Boss C must love you very much. Shi Shujing smiled bitterly. There was a bittersweet feeling in her smile. The human heart was made of flesh. How could she not know how good he was to her? That love, she had never doubted it. Perhaps she shouldn't care about how it all started. She should look at the present and see how deeply he loved her. Since it dragged on and both of them were exhausted, should they choose to forgive and let go? After Shi Shujing finished her shower, her body felt much warmer. When Si Wenchen bought tampons, he also bought her pajamas and underwear. It was actually a very childish picture of a sheep. Perhaps even a man who looked mature still had a little childish heart. Even like cartoons. There was a sweet smell of ginger in the living room. She walked to the door of the kitchen and saw that Si Wenchen was cooking with his back facing her. She was barefooted and her voice was very soft. However, he seemed to be able to sense her and said, Go sit in the living room for a while. It's almost done. Did he have eyes on his back? What are you cooking? Brown sugar ginger water. How do you know that women need to drink that when they have menstrual cramps? Si Wenxin turned back to take the bowl and glanced at her. You'll know if you check it out. Shi Shujing felt angry and amused at the same time. Do you know how to do it? Si Wenxin still said the same thing. You'll know if you check it out. Shi Shujing rolled her eyes. But I'm afraid I'll have to disappoint your good intentions. I don't eat ginger. I hate the taste. I'd rather drink Chinese medicine. There's not only ginger, there's also red dates and brown sugar. The taste is not strong. Si Wenxin turned off the fire, poured it into a bowl and brought it out. Just passing by her, Shi Shujing pinched her nose in disgust. Drink it. I'm going to sleep. Si Wenxin grabbed her collar and pulled her back. Sit down and drink it. I don't want to drink it. It's good for menstrual pain. I don't feel pain anymore. Si Wenxin couldn't be bothered to talk nonsense with her. He put his big hand on her shoulder and pressed her down on the sofa. Either you drink it yourself or... His eyes flickered. There was a hint of evil in his burning gaze. I'll feed you. Oh. Mouth to mouth, Shi Shujing was embarrassed. Weren't they in a cold war? She just didn't have the energy to be in a stalemate with him because of her period. But it didn't mean that they would make up so soon. How can I drink it when it's still so hot? Go take a shower first. I'll shower after you drink it. You'll catch a cold. He was only wearing a shirt just now. It was soaked after a few steps and it was still sticking to his body. I'm not that weak. Si Wenxin said as he unbuttoned his shirt with one hand and threw the wet clothes aside. She blushed and looked to the other side. It's not like I haven't seen it before. I've touched it so many times. Why are you still shy? Si Wenxin said lightly as he blew the medicine for her. Do you have to say that? I'm telling the truth. Then continue to be a hooligan. I don't want to talk to you anymore. Shi Shujing was about to get up after saying that, but Si Wenxin grabbed her hand and shook his head as if he was compromising. I won't say it anymore, okay? Be a good girl and drink it. I know it doesn't taste good, but it's definitely good for your body. Be obedient, huh? Shi Shujing couldn't refuse being stared at like that. Although she was reluctant, she couldn't help but take the medicine. She made up her mind and took a sip. She was speechless and had a bitter face. You still say that the taste is not strong? It's super strong. It'll be fine once you get used to it. Your health is more important. Don't throw a tantrum. Si Wenxin simply sat beside her and watched her drink. He encouraged her as if he was coaxing a child. Chapter 178. Si Wenxin also knew that, but he was happy to spoil her. The more she acted coquettishly, the happier he was. Shi Shujing took more than 10 minutes to finish the small bowl of ginger brown sugar water. Si Wenxin was very satisfied and kissed her face as encouragement. Of course, he did not ask for Shi Shujing's consent. Her phone vibrated. It was Qin Baiyuan. Shi Shujing did not want to pick up, but he kept calling and forced her to pick up. Where are you? His tone was always so arrogant and rude, as if she was his possession and had the responsibility to report her whereabouts to him at all times. It's none of your business. Where? Gao Zhuqing's house. You're lying. You're not at her place at all. Are you with Mr. C? Shi Shujing looked at Si Wenxin's busy figure in the kitchen. She could not lie and she did not want to lie. Is there something wrong with your brain? Have you forgotten how he hurt you? Now that he hooked his finger, you're sticking to him? Don't you have any dignity? Do you like to torture yourself so much? Yes, I like to torture myself. I like him. It's none of your business. Shi Shujing hung up the phone and turned it off. In the kitchen, when Si Wenxin heard what she said, his lips curled into a faint smile. That night, the two of them slept in separate rooms. Shi Shujing slept in the master bedroom, and Si Wenxin slept in the guest room. She was in a bad mood and with her period pain she could not sleep. The door opened and a ray of light shone in. Then the door closed again. The mattress sank and an arm gently hugged her from behind. Shi Shujing nervously tried to stop him. No. I'm on my period. I know. What do you think I want to do to you? Si Wenxin gently pushed her hand away and covered her abdomen with his large palm. I heard that covering it like this can relieve period pain. In the darkness, her senses were magnified infinitely. Her back was facing him and half of her face was buried in the pillow. Her body was limp and soft, and her heart was thumping wildly. His chest was very warm, washing away the smell of cigarettes. There was a faint fragrance of shower gel and there was a sense of warmth. We shouldn't have done this. I still haven't fully forgiven you. I understand. Si Wenshin's voice was low and slow, very soft. But I want you to at least try to forgive me and give me a chance to get close to you. Don't push me far away and treat me like air. That feeling is very uncomfortable. He couldn't help but sigh as he thought about the setback and fatigue he felt. I can't deny the mistake I made. Please give me a chance to make up for it. But that incident left a shadow in my heart. Even if I can forgive you, what if the shadow is still there? Every time I think about it, I feel conflicted. I'm afraid I won't be able to control myself. I know. Si Wenshin hugged her soft body even tighter. But I swear to you that was only 1%. It was just a very fleeting thought. After a few interactions, I've already fallen for you. I like you because you're Shi Shujing and I don't have any other thoughts. I think I'm afraid that you'll be disappointed in me, afraid that you'll doubt me. That's why I didn't confess to you. I'm really a terrible liar, aren't I? Please don't deny my feelings for you because of the first mistake. I've always been serious with you and it's getting deeper and deeper. Shi Shujing's eyes were wet. But if I can't forget, then please stay by my side and never leave me. Si Wenshin used his other hand to hold her fingers and kissed her shoulder. Every kiss represented his uneasiness and his firm determination. Everything will be fine. Believe me. Shi Shujing had a good sleep. The previous night was stormy, but the next day was sunny, and the whole bed was bathed in sunshine. After a big stretch, Shi Shujing specially checked the bed sheet when he got up. Fortunately, he didn't leak anything on it. When he walked to the living room, Si Wenshin had already prepared breakfast. His physical strength and spirit had always been amazing. Bathing in the sunshine, he wore a simple white shirt, looking warm and clear. It was hard for Shi Shujing not to be attracted to such a beautiful scenery when he just woke up. Morning. Yeah, morning. Shi Shujing yawned. What time is it? 11 o'clock. So late? Shi Shujing called. Why didn't you call me? I have to go to work. You have menstrual pain. Who won't go to work because of menstruation? I'm not that delicate. Last night you took so long to drink brown sugar ginger water, and you still say you're not delicate. Shi Shujing was quite embarrassed that he could see through her act coquettishly. That's different. If I don't go to work, how can I complete the pile of work assigned to me by your big boss Si? Si Wenshin knew that she was deliberately teasing him and patted her head. You're still angry that I deliberately took revenge? You're the one who abused your position to take revenge first. Since when did I abuse my position to take revenge? At most, I won't come to the meeting or give you a cold face. Unlike you, you dragged all your colleagues into this. Isn't this debt still on me in the end? Really? Sounds like it's my fault. I'll treat them to a meal next time to make up for it. Si Wenshin hugged her from behind and kissed her neck. As long as you're not angry. His tone was affectionate, completely regarding her as the center of the world. Don't be like this. Shi Shujing dodged slightly. I haven't completely forgiven you. At most, it's a chance to redeem yourself. It depends on your performance. Don't take advantage of me. When Si Wenshin heard that, he immediately let go and shrugged. Okay. If you don't want to hug me, then don't hug me. Anyway, we'll have plenty of time in the future. It was not easy for her to give him a chance. He still understood the principle of stopping when he was ahead. Otherwise, if they continued the Cold War, he would definitely be tortured to death by her. He was already very satisfied with the current distance between them. The two of them ate breakfast. This long-lost tranquility was cherished by both of them. Even if they didn't say anything, their hearts felt very secure and at ease. Their tense nerves were completely relaxed. After the meal, Si Wenshin took the initiative to wash the dishes. After Shi Shujing got dressed, she turned on her phone and a text message from Qin Baiyuan popped up. Her expression changed as soon as she saw it, and she shouted anxiously. My mom fell down the ladder and is in the hospital. Si Wenshin immediately sent Shi Shujing to the hospital. He held her hand along the way and kept comforting her. When they arrived at the entrance of the hospital, Shi Shujing hurriedly unfastened her seat belt. Do you want me to go up with you? No need. Qin Baiyuan is still there. I'll call you if anything happens. Shi Shujing didn't have time to say more and ran into the hospital. She was still a distance away. When she saw Qin Baiyuan, she asked from afar. How's my mom? The doctor is still examining her. Qin Baiyuan's expression was not very optimistic. It was the neighbor who sent her to the hospital. It seems that she accidentally fell down the ladder when she was changing a light bulb. Your phone has been turned off, so they had to contact me. Shi Shujing regretted it so much that her intestines turned green. It's all my fault. I shouldn't have turned off my phone. No one wants accidents to happen. Qin Baiyuan comforted her and wanted to pat her on the shoulder, but in the end he didn't have the courage to reach out. Let's wait for the results of the examination. After about half an hour, the doctor walked out of the ward. You are the patient's daughter, right? She has an oblique fracture in her hip and a fracture in her leg, but it's not that serious. The patient is old and has osteoporosis. This fall is not light. It will take at least 3 months for her to fully recover. Don't blame me for talking too much. Nowadays, you young people only care about work and leave the elderly at home. Otherwise, you wouldn't have to change a light bulb yourself. Work is important, but the elderly also need to be taken care of. She's lucky this time, but it's hard to say next time. Shi Shujing nodded hurriedly. I know. Can I go in to see her now? The patient hasn't woken up yet. Don't disturb her first. Let's wait until she wakes up. As soon as the doctor left, Shi Shujing's tears flowed out at once. She kept blaming herself. Don't blame yourself. You've done very well. Now that the situation has become like this, it's useless to cry. The most important thing now is to take good care of Mom. Don't cry? Under his constant consolation, Shi Shujing gradually stopped crying. On the other hand, during the meeting, Si Wenchen had been staring blankly at the empty seat next to Shi Shujing. He ended the meeting hastily and took out his phone to give her a call. However, he was afraid that he would disturb her, so he gave up on the idea in the end. Yan Zizhuang only woke up at night. Her condition was terrible for the first few days. She was in excruciating pain and had to take strong painkillers to relieve the pain. Qin Baiyuan and Shi Shujing stayed in the hospital to take care of her. At night, Shi Shujing and Shi Shujing stayed by her bedside, and Qin Baiyuan hired a nurse to help her. A few days later, Yan Zizhuang's condition gradually improved. She could move a little and her mental state was better too. Seeing that Shi Shujing's eyes were red, Yan Zizhuang's heart ached for her. It's all my fault. If I didn't change the light bulb, this wouldn't have happened. I've caused the two of you to be unable to work and have to take care of me. I'm really sorry. Mom, you're being too polite. We're a family and it's only right for us to take care of you. Qin Baiyuan said. That's right. You're not my trouble. Shi Shujing held Yan Zizhuang's hand. You took care of me like this when I was young. Now it's my turn to take care of you. Good girl? Yan Zizhuang patted her shoulder. Mom's heart aches for the two of you. Mom knows that you're filial, but work is more important. Mom doesn't have any other wishes now. I just hope that the two of you can be happy, love each other, and take care of each other. Don't be alone at my age. If anything happens, I'll have to trouble a child. Don't worry. I'll take good care of Shi Shujing. Qin Baiyuan said solemnly, looking into Shi Shujing's eyes. However, she avoided his gaze. Have a good rest. After Yan Zizhuang fell asleep, the two of them walked out of the ward. Shi Shujing stood by the window to get some fresh air. The sun was shining brightly, but she felt depressed. She could empathize with Yan Zizhuang's pain, and she would rather bear the pain for her. The doctor said that Mom's recovery is going well, and she's using the most expensive medicine. Her bones should be able to grow back very quickly. Don't worry too much. You've already stayed up for a few nights. Go back and rest. There'll be a nurse to take care of you at night. I won't be at ease leaving it to someone else. Shi Shujing sighed. Her complexion was clearly not good, and she looked haggard as though she didn't have much energy left. It's been hard on you these few days. Thank you. Chapter 179. Qin Baiyuan really hoped that this incident could bring a turn for the better in his relationship with Shi Shujing. He wanted her to know that he was different from before. Not only could he take on the responsibility of a good husband, but he could also take on the responsibility of taking care of her family. He was a man she could rely on, and he wasn't any worse than Mr. C. But it was not the right time to talk about divorce, so Qin Baiyuan did not say much. Are you hungry? I'll buy food for you. Thank you. With so many burdens on her shoulders, Shi Shujing was very tired and couldn't breathe. She missed Si Wenchen more and more and wanted to hear his voice. These few days, because she was too worried, she didn't have time to think about him. Now that she relaxed, she realized how much she needed him. He must have been waiting for her news. She took out her mobile phone and dialed his number. It was connected after 2 rings. Wait a minute. She heard his hurried footsteps and some other noises. Are you in a meeting? Yes. I'm out now. I'm sorry that I disturbed your work. Don't be silly. You know I'm worried about you. I've been waiting for you to contact me. How's your mother? Oblique fracture of the hip. She's lying on the bed and can't move. Her condition is not very good. Si Wenxin breathed heavily. Can I go and see her? No. Qin Baiyuan is in the hospital these days. It's not convenient for you to come. Shi Shujing asked after waiting for a few seconds without a response. Are you still listening? Yes. I'm just jealous that Qin Baiyuan is still your husband. He can stay by your side and take care of your family. How I wish I was the one who accompanied you when you needed me most. Shi Shujing looked at the light pink clouds in the distance. Thinking of his face and listening to his worried voice, she felt the dark clouds in her heart dispersing little by little. He was her most important motivation. Her voice was surprisingly gentle. I know you're worried about me. That's enough. Don't worry. I'll stick to it. I know you're strong, but you have to take care of yourself. I know. Go to the meeting. Shi Shujing, he stopped her, sighed softly, and said in an unusually serious tone, Don't worry. I love you. Me too. Shi Shujing stayed in the hospital for a few nights. Yan Zizhuang couldn't move at all and had to be carefully held up by Shi Shujing every time. Yan Zizhuang didn't get a good night's sleep. At around 11 p.m., her mobile phone vibrated. It was a message from Si Wenxin saying that he was downstairs. After confirming that Yan Zizhuang had fallen asleep, Shi Shujing tiptoed out of the room and hurried downstairs. She saw him standing on the right side of the door, leaning against the car door. She had been running in a hurry all the way here, and now that she saw him, Shi Shujing involuntarily slowed down her pace. Very slowly she walked in front of him, her heartbeat and breathing disorderly. Why are you here? I'm worried about you, so I came to take a look. Did I disturb your rest? The streetlight shone from behind, casting a faint golden glow on Si Wenxin's face. It blended with his firm facial features and gave off a gentle aura. The summer breeze blew away the refreshing aura around him. No, my mom just went to rest. I haven't slept yet. Si Wenxin held her face and looked at it with a frown. You must not have rested well these few days. You've lost so much weight. Look at your dark circles. Her body was already weak during her period, and she had to stay up late every night. The thought of it made his heart ache. I didn't have much time to rest, but I can still hold on. You're not in good health. You can't force yourself. I can't help it. That's my mom. How can I not take care of her? Although I hired a nurse, I still want to do everything myself. I can't rest assured if someone else does it. Si Wenxin pinched her nose. You're such a worrywart. He then pulled her into his arms and hugged her tightly, murmuring in her ears. Maybe it's not the right time to say this, but I really miss you. My heart feels empty if I can't see you. Me too. If only you could stay by my side. Unfortunately, my mom's health. I can't bring up the divorce and introduce you to her. There's no hurry. The most important thing now is to take care of her body. I've already asked someone to buy some tonics overseas. They'll arrive in 2 days. I'll send them over. You're the best. Lying in his arms and feeling the strong beat of his heart, everything became relaxed. He was her faith and her spiritual support. Because she knew that he was by her side, the predicament didn't seem so scary. You're my woman. If I don't treat you well, who should I treat well? Si Wenxin pinched her chin, his heart filled with tenderness. Seeing how haggard you look, I really wish I could bear all of this for you. Everyone has to go through it. I'm not afraid of being tired. It's just that seeing my mom in pain makes my heart ache. It'll get better. It'll definitely get better, Si Wenxin murmured, leaned over and kissed her lips. At the end of the kiss, Shi Shujing's pale face was dyed red, and she looked even more lively. Si Wenxin's lips curled into a smile and he touched her face. I'm here. Don't be afraid, okay? Shi Shujing nodded. I'm not afraid because you have you. Let's sit in the car for a while. But I don't know when my mom will wake up. If she doesn't see me when she wakes up, she'll be worried. Didn't you say she just slept? She shouldn't be so fast. I haven't seen you for a few days. I want to talk to you for a while. 15 minutes at most, okay? Shi Shujing nodded under those deep eyes. Okay, 15 minutes it is. In fact, she was also very reluctant to leave. She couldn't wait to stay by his side even for a minute or a second longer. Si Wenxin opened the car door. When they were about to get in the car, Shi Shujing suddenly saw Qin Baiyuan's car coming. She recognized his car plate number and grabbed Si Wenxin. You go first. Qin Baiyuan is coming. Si Wenxin looked over and narrowed his eyes. It was true. He had been pestering her for the past few days. Now that she finally had a chance to be alone, he still came to disturb her. He was courting death. Don't dawdle. Let's go. Shi Shujing pushed him into the car. Although he was unhappy, Si Wenxin still got in the car after kissing her hard. As soon as Qin Baiyuan got out of the car, he saw Shi Shujing standing a few meters away with a nervous look. It's so late. Why are you here? Shi Shujing didn't come to herself until Si Wenxin's car drove away. I can't sleep because of the heat. So I came out for a walk. Why are you taking a walk at this hour? Isn't the ward air-conditioned? My mom doesn't like air conditioning. It's hot. Qin Baiyuan knew that Si Wenxin must have been here just now. He was unhappy, but he didn't point it out. He didn't want to quarrel with her as fiercely as before, especially at this critical moment. He could only play dumb and mumble. You're so nosy. Why are you here? Haven't you been staying up late these days? I asked the servant to stew bird's nest. Qin Baiyuan put the thermos bottle in front of her. You're here. Eat it here. I have to go upstairs to take care of my mom. You've been taking care of her for a few days. You can have some bird's nest. I'm going to brush my teeth. Brush it again. I don't want to drink it. Qin Baiyuan grabbed her hand. His eyes were a little hurt. Why are you so resistant to me? I've come all the way here. You don't appreciate it? Do you have to be so cruel? His voice was a little loud. Shi Shujing was afraid of disturbing others, so she compromised. They went to the small pavilion in the garden. It said that bird's nest is good for women. It can replenish collagen. Why have I never seen you drink it? All women love to be beautiful and take good care of themselves. You're the most special. You don't wear makeup or eat nutritious food. Do you really think you're a natural beauty? His words sounded like a joke now. Shi Shujing knew that Qin Baiyuan was trying to ease her mood. These days he ran between the hospital and the company every day and took good care of her mom. She saw it and remembered it in her heart. If the former Qin Baiyuan could do 1% of what he did now, they wouldn't be in this situation. However, there was no if. Step by step there was no turning back. But she didn't feel regretful. Until now, she firmly believed that the future could be achieved step by step. God had other plans. You're so long-winded that I've lost my appetite. If you could be more considerate, I wouldn't be long-winded. Do you think I have a cheap mouth? Shi Shujing rolled her eyes. You have a cheap mouth. Now you know it? The two of them bickered back and forth, but it was different from before when they were at each other's throats. Qin Baiyuan enjoyed bickering like this. It was a very happy feeling. The bird's nest was still very hot. It was estimated that it had just been stewed and sent here. On such a hot day, the hospital was far away from the Qin family. Thinking of Qin Baiyuan's hard life, Shi Shujing couldn't say that she was not touched at all. She took small sips of the bird's nest and felt hot all over. In fact, you don't need to spend so much time on me. Shi Shujing knew that it was a wet blanket to say this at this time and seemed to be heartless. But there were some things that she had to make clear. No matter what you do, you can't save this marriage. I don't want to owe you anything. I treat you well, but it doesn't mean that you owe me. Just take it as me making it up to you. After all, I owe you too much in the past. Just take it that I'm not doing it for you but for our mother. No matter what happens in the future, at least now she is my mother-in-law, and I have the responsibility to take care of her. Besides, she has always been very good to me. Now that she is in the hospital, if I don't care, am I still a human? Shi Shujing listened silently with complicated feelings. She couldn't say more words to refuse him. I don't. Now we are in the same boat, so I can understand your feelings very well. No matter how much money a person has, it's useless in the face of illness. I really feel sad when I see my father being tortured by stomach cancer, but I can't change it. But at least you are better than me. You are very filial, unlike me who often makes him angry. Now that I think about it, I am really a bastard. Qin Baiyuan's eyes were wet. Chapter 180. On this aspect, Shi Shujing couldn't deny it. Qin Baiyuan was quite a scumbag, but since he was blaming himself, he could only console him. Every family has its own difficulties. You're not the worst one. Everyone needs a process to grow up, and they need to be tempered by difficulties. Just take it as a test from the heavens so that you can mature in the shortest time possible. But must my father's body be the price? Everyone can't escape death, so we can only look on the bright side. I understand the logic, but I still can't get over the hurdle in my heart. I blame myself so much that I want to die. I think this might be retribution. I didn't know how to cherish you, so I lost you. I'm always fighting with my father, and now that he has stomach cancer, it's clearly my fault. Why must he be punished? Are you punishing me for losing everyone around me? His words made Shi Shujing feel bad. Qin Baiyuan wasn't a bad man, or at least his nature wasn't bad. He was just spoiled to the point of being arrogant and domineering. He didn't do anything bad, and he shouldn't be in such a miserable state. Don't be troubled by those things anymore and be more optimistic. Qin Baiyuan forced a smile. It's embarrassing for a man like me to be consoled by you. I'm just grumbling a little and I'm not that weak. After all, I still want to snatch you back. His tone was joking, but he said it seriously. His gaze was deep, and Shi Shujing felt pressured as he turned his face away. It's getting late, I'll head up first. She took a few steps before Qin Baiyuan called out to her. In the dark of the night, he exuded a sorrowful aura. Shi Shujing, give me a chance and I'll consider it, all right? She paused on the spot. She couldn't bear to hurt him at this moment, but she still couldn't help but say it. I'm sorry. Shi Shujing stayed in the hospital for a week, and when Yan Zizhuang's condition improved, he handed her over to the nurse and went to work. Yan Zizhuang couldn't move her legs yet, and it restricted her movements. She couldn't even reach a book with her long fingers. Let me. A figure walked in and handed her the book on the bedside table. Yan Zizhuang was taken aback. It's you. They hadn't seen each other for 10 years. Of course she could see him on TV, but he couldn't see her. Long time no see, Qin Yuning said. He had always been swift and decisive in the business world, but at this moment he felt somewhat constrained and embarrassed. Can I sit down? Sit. Yan Zizhuang leaned against the pillow. Do you want some water? Pour it yourself. No need. I'll stay for a while and then leave. Oh, all right then. The two of them were silent for a few minutes. Shi Shujing went back to work yesterday, Yan Zizhuang said. It was obvious that he was trying to find a topic to break the awkward atmosphere. I know, she came to see me. I see. How are you feeling? You saw it just like that. Yan Zizhuang smiled bitterly. I'm old. I can't take the toss. I became like this after a fall. The doctor said it would take at least 3 months. I'm more serious than you, I know. Yan Zizhuang sympathized with him. In his impression, Qin Yuning was always high-spirited and didn't seem to age. However, the moment he fell ill, his body rapidly weakened. It could be seen that he had specially dressed up today, but it was hard to hide his haggard appearance. His hair was also much whiter. This is retribution. Qin Yuning smiled bitterly. Back then I did so many bad things, and to you? Do you still hate me? Look at me now. Even if I want to hate you, I don't have the strength to do so. Back then, I did hate you to the bone, but after so long, no matter how strong the hatred was, it has been slowly worn away. Besides, all these years you've always treated Shi Shujing very well. Just treat it as compensation. Qin Yuning looked ashamed. I can't make up for what I've done to you in this lifetime. What's the use of talking about things that have already happened? I don't have the strength to fuss about it now. My only wish is for Shi Shujing to be well. Don't worry, with me around, I won't let her suffer. Qin Yuning swore. Damn. I really didn't expect that after not seeing each other for 10 years, it would be in the hospital. You and I are both old. Time is really cruel. Isn't that so? But at least it taught us to forgive. Who was right and who was wrong back then seemed to be a matter of the ocean. No matter how much hatred I have gradually let it go now. Qin Yuning looked at her. He could still see the beautiful face that made him yearn for her from the haggard face that had been tortured by illness. Her beautiful eyes were full of hope, and her sweet smile was like a graceful swan. That kind of beauty made him love her for the rest of his life. All these years he had had many women, but he only loved her. His son marrying the daughter of the woman he loved could be considered a consolation to her. He often looked at Shi Shujing and recalled the Yan Zizhuang from back then. Unfortunately, she had never loved him. She loved Shi Raofeng. Yin Jingqi arrived at the company and received a call from Tang Nanli. The two of them said some words of love, and the secretary walked in and handed her a package. She opened it and saw that it was filled with photos of her and Tang Nanli together. Some were taken in the car and some were taken in the hotel. Yin Jingqi was so scared that her beautiful face turned pale and she hurriedly asked, "Who sent it?" "I don't know. Someone sent a package and said that they would personally hand it over to you. Is there a problem?" "No. You go out first." Yin Jingqi panicked as if she had a nightmare. It took her a long time to calm down and carefully think about this matter. That day in the hotel corridor, someone must have secretly taken pictures of them. She thought it was a reporter, but now it seemed that it was not just that. Alright, there was also the woman who suddenly bumped into her. It seemed that her appearance was not a coincidence. She was giving that person time to escape. Gao Zhuqing. These photos must have been taken by Shi Shujing. Shi Shujing. Yin Jingqi gritted her teeth and tore the photos into pieces like a madman. She was as terrifying as an enraged lion. Her eyes were red as if she wanted to eat someone. She should have known that Shi Shujing must have noticed the abnormality between her and Tang Nanli. He pretended not to know so that she would let her guard down and find someone to follow her. This vicious woman, must she really want to kill her? Yin Jingqi was about to die from anger. But at this critical moment, she could only temporarily keep calm and press the intercom. "Call Manager Shirin." As soon as he entered Yin Jingqi's office, Shi Shujing could smell the strange atmosphere. Yin Jingqi did not get angry and even smiled at her. That smile made her hair stand. "Sit." Yin Jingqi nudged her chin and asked with a smile, "Is the Ocean Group's project going well?" That smile did not reach her eyes at all. It felt like a fake smile, the kind that made people uncomfortable. "It's going well. I heard that your mother is sick. You've been taking care of her in the hospital for more than a week and now you have to rush back to work. You must be very busy." "Yes, very busy." "Oh, you still have time to do so many things?" Yin Jingqi's expression suddenly changed. Her smile suddenly disappeared. She narrowed her eyes and her gaze became very fierce. "What did you say? You're still playing dumb?" Yin Jingqi almost smashed everything in front of her onto Shi Shujing's face. In order to suppress her anger, she gripped the table tightly. "Those photos of me and Tang Nanli, did you get someone to take them?" Shi Shujing frowned. "It's that guy called Gao Zhuqing, isn't it? What do you mean by sending it to me? Are you threatening me? What are you talking about? She sent you the photos? You're the one who manipulated it, why are you still playing dumb?" "Shi Shujing, I've really underestimated you. You've done so many things behind my back. You've really hidden it well." Although Shi Shujing was very surprised, he still followed along. "If you didn't do those shameful things, there wouldn't be those photos. In the end, you're just asking for trouble. If I want to harm you, you have to give me a chance, right? Paper can't contain fire. You still have the face to say that about me? There's nothing between you and Mr. C? I didn't expose you. Why did you harm me? Do you dare to say that you didn't have a share in the photos that the reporter exposed before?" Shi Shujing retorted. "So what? At least I didn't threaten you with that. That's just because you want to use me to win the project." Yin Jingqi covered up her panic with anger. "I don't want to talk to you about that. What do you want? It's not good for anyone to expose those photos. Don't mess around. You don't know Yuning's current situation. He can't bear that kind of blow." "You know too? Then why did you betray me?" I don't want to do anything. As long as you break off your relationship with Tang Nanli and treat Dad better, I won't expose those photos." "That's it?" Yin Jingqi smiled coldly. "What tricks do you want to play? Don't think I'll believe you. What do you want? Just say it. Believe it or not." Shi Shujing was about to leave, eager to figure it out. But Yin Jingqi ran up and grabbed her. "Give me the negative of the photo. I promise you that I'll break up with him. Do you think I'm a fool? Even if I give it to you, will you believe it?" Yin Jingqi panicked. "Then what do you want? You're on your own." Shi Shujing pushed her hand away and strode away. He went to the stairwell and saw that there was no one around before he called Gao Zhuqing. "What's the matter? Baby, it's rare for you to call me. I'm really flattered. Don't talk nonsense. Did you send the photo to Yin Jingqi?" "What photo?" "It's those of her and Tang Nanli." "No, didn't you disagree?" "But she said she received it. Now she asks me what I want. You really didn't send it?" "No. I haven't moved it. Was it Shaoan who sent it?" "It's impossible. He's not that kind of person. It's estimated that someone has a grudge against Yin Jingqi and framed you. Who would do such a thing?" "I don't know. Yin Jingqi and I are enemies. Who would take revenge on both of us?" "Don't care if you don't know. Anyway, Yin Jingqi has seen the photo. Even if it's exposed, it's her fault. It has nothing to do with you. But the photo was taken by you. If my father-in-law knew it was me, he'd be pissed to death. Speaking of this, a person flashed across Shi Shujing's mind. Si Lan. Are you still listening? Let's not talk about it now. Let's take one step at a time. Chapter 181. It had been a rough day. At night, there were nurses taking care of Yan Zizhuang, so Shi Shujing wanted to rest for the day. After work, the person he wanted to see the most was Si Wenqin. It had been a few days since he last saw him and they could only contact each other through the phone. He missed him very much and decided to give him a surprise by raiding his apartment. When he arrived at his apartment, he bought some vegetables and entered his fingerprint to open the door. He was washing the vegetables when he heard the door open and jumped into the living room. Surprise? His smile froze when he saw who it was. It wasn't Si Wenqin at the door but Tang Tang. He was holding a small plastic bag in his hand as though he was returning home. Neither of them expected to meet face to face like this. Tang Tang was the first to recover and smiled. You're here. Shi Shujing frowned in disappointment. Why are you here? I live here. Tang Tang put down the bag and took off his sweater before pouring a glass of water. Clearly he was used to living here and was familiar with everything here. He glanced into the kitchen. You're cooking? Shi Shujing felt embarrassed. She excitedly wanted to cook a meal for him as a surprise, but his ex-girlfriend came to his house openly and even stayed for a long time. What kind of situation was this? The two of them had been living together while she was gone? Wenqin has a meeting today. Do you want me to inform him that you're here? Hearing her tone, Shi Shujing didn't feel good. I'm not doing it anymore. Oh. Tang Tang kept his phone. Then I won't disturb his meeting. When did you come back to China? A week ago. What? Didn't Wenqin tell you? Tang Tang sat down and crossed his legs comfortably. I've been living here since I came back. I thought Wenqin had already told you. I didn't expect you to have time to come over and cook. I heard that your father-in-law is sick and your mother is hospitalized. I thought you would stay in the hospital. No matter how busy I am, I have to squeeze some time for love. Love? Tang Tang chuckled and shook his head. You're not married? Could it be that marriage in China is more open than overseas? How can you be so confident when you're dating another man in your marriage? I've always been a casual person. I didn't expect you to be even more casual than me. Under the circumstances where you have a husband, you can still be entangled with other men. However, you are more greedy than me. You don't want a divorce but you don't want to give up on Wenqin either. You have your cake and eat it too. Your appetite is not small. Without waiting for her response, Tang Tang continued. Of course, I'm not judging you from a moral standpoint. I don't care about other people's business. I just feel that it's unfair for Wenqin. For a woman, he angered his mother so much that she was hospitalized. In the end, it was a woman who didn't even get a divorce. To put it bluntly, it was an extramarital affair. It's really not worth it. Shi Shujing's lips twitched and he sneered. You feel unworthy for him? But does he need you to feel unworthy? He's very happy with me. Happy? My definition of happy is when you like it, you go crazy and enjoy yourself to the fullest, but there's no future. After you get off the bed, you go your separate ways. If that's what you want, then it doesn't matter. Just take it as adding some spice to Wenqin's life. But please know your place. Don't be delusional and ask for more. After all, for you to be entangled with Wenqin for a period of time, it's considered a gift from the heavens. Shi Shujing sat opposite her. May I ask in what capacity did you make that comment? As far as I understand it, an ex-girlfriend means that it's over. They have nothing to do with each other. You're being too presumptuous by dragging things out. We can still be friends after breaking up. Can't I use this identity to protect my friend? Friend? Which friend is so bossy? I think it's because you still have feelings for him. Let's not talk about anything else. From a woman's point of view, I think it's quite sad that you can't let go of your ex-boyfriend. Tang Tang's expression changed slightly. We're talking about you and Wenqin now. But I can't think of any other reason for you to do this other than to sow discord between us. To be honest, this will make me a little unhappy, but it won't cause any aggression. First, the problem between me and him, whether you mention it or not, will still exist. It won't become more serious just because you say one more sentence. Second, you know his character. He never drags things out. Once you break up, you break up. He has no feelings for you anymore. What's left is just a bit of affection from the past. Including letting you stay here is just being a good host. He and I love each other. I still have this confidence. In terms of feelings, you're not a threat to me, so don't try to make me misunderstand. Tang Tang's expression was ugly. Looks like you're not in the mood for dinner today. I'm taking those things away. Shi Shujing put the things he bought back into the bag. You can continue to stay here if you want. I don't mind at all. It's just a house. His heart is with me. You can't take it away. The door closed. Tang Tang was so angry that he smashed his glass. Shi Shujing carried the 2 bags back to Gao Zhuqing's house. Gao Zhuqing had just arrived. He was wearing a singlet and shorts, looking cool. She teased him as soon as she entered the house. Just come. Why did you bring gifts? You know you're embarrassed to stay in my house for a long time? Why do we have to be so polite? We're both straightforward people. Let's be straightforward and help me pay half of the rent. Shi Shujing was angry now. He was not in the mood to argue with her. He rolled his eyes at her and put the 2 big bags on the floor. What's wrong? Who offended you? I swear to God, I'm not the one who released the photos. I even tortured Shaoan and he said he didn't. But we can't rule out the possibility that someone planted a virus and stole the photos. The internet is too unsafe now. Isn't it all your fault? I told you not to mess around. But you insisted. How am I messing around? I just can't stand her bullying you and wanted to avenge you. Otherwise, at least you have something on her and can restrain her. But look at the mess now. Didn't you see how Yin Jingqi looked just now? She could skin me alive. Tiske. If she can do it, she has to admit it. Who asked her to betray us shamelessly? If you walk too much at night, you'll definitely bump into a ghost. Serves her right. It's obvious that someone wants to harm her. Shi Shujing was having a headache. No matter what, I don't want to be involved in this. My relationship with the Qin family is already complicated enough. At least before the divorce, it's better to avoid trouble. After the divorce, what happens to Yin Jingqi will have nothing to do with me. If it's a blessing, it's not a curse. If it's a curse, we can't avoid it. If we encounter trouble, we won't be afraid. We'll deal with it when it comes. We won't die. Shi Shujing admired Gao Zhuqing's optimism. He was like an undying cockroach. Do you know what's the most important thing to win a battle? Gao Zhuqing asked mysteriously. What? Eat your fill first. His serious face instantly turned into a cheeky one and he patted her. Hurry up and cook. I haven't eaten for a day and I've lost 2 pounds. Shi Shujing rolled her eyes. Scram. You actually used vulgar language. I have to be more vulgar to you. Haha, you've learned bad things from Boss C. But it's much more interesting now. While cooking, Shi Shujing was absent-minded. She kept thinking about Tang Tang's words. Although she was confident in Si Wenxin, women were petty. An ex-girlfriend appearing in his house must be very uncomfortable. She couldn't concentrate and almost put in sugar instead of salt. Gao Zhuqing ran in with his phone. Phone, your lover is calling. I'm cooking. I'm not free. Shi Shujing just didn't want to pick up the call. Gao Zhuqing could tell that something was wrong. It's very impolite not to pick up the call. You can't not pick it up even if you have a conflict. If you don't want to pick it up, I'll pick it up for you. Stop fooling around. Cook for me then. Hurry up, I don't know how to cook. It'll burn later. Shi Shujing wiped his hands and walked to the living room. He looked at the flickering screen and hesitated for a while before answering the call. Where are you? He asked directly. His tone was gentle, respectful, and well-mannered. At Gao Zhuqing's house. You're not going to the hospital today? Yes. I'm resting for a day. What's the matter? I'm cooking. Shi Shujing's heart was still sour. I just got off work. Is it convenient for me to go over for a meal? Not convenient. If you're here, Gao Zhuqing will definitely leave. That's not good. Si Wenxin didn't insist. Then I'll eat first. I'll look for you when I'm done. Don't. Shi Shujing seemed to be in a fit of pique and didn't want to meet him. I'm too tired these few days. I want to rest. Maybe another day. It's been so long. Don't you miss me? I'm getting into the car. I'll call you later. At around 8 o'clock, Si Wenxin sent a message to Shi Shujing, telling him that he was downstairs. She went downstairs and saw his SUV parked at his usual spot. The lights in the car were switched on, and a blurry figure opened the car door from the inside. Shi Shujing was very happy to see the person he had missed for a long time. However, his mood was slightly affected by Tang Tang and he was a little angry. Therefore he didn't give him a warm hug. His expression was very calm, as if he was meeting an ordinary friend. Si Wenxin's face was flushed. His gaze was deep and passionate. He stared at her for a long time before he spoke. I miss you very much. Shi Shujing lowered his head and clenched his knees tightly. He didn't say a word. Baby, do you miss me? She didn't want to admit it and changed the topic. You've been drinking? Yes. I drank a little during the meal just now. You're still driving after drinking? Don't you know it's very dangerous? Are you worried about me? The light in Si Wenshin's eyes became brighter. That's not the main point. The main point is that drunk driving is very dangerous. To me, the main point is that you care about me. Si Wenshin leaned over and hugged her. Her body felt weak and weak. His hug could easily melt all her strength. The smell of alcohol was mixed with a faint scent of tobacco. That scent was reassuring and intoxicating. Si Wenshin hugged her tightly. He buried his head in the side of her neck and deeply inhaled the fragrance of her hair. He was obsessed with this woman. Next time, don't drive when you're drunk, understand? Shi Shujing's voice was very gentle. Drink less too. It's not good for your liver. Try to quit smoking. I'll listen to you. Si Wenshin hugged her even tighter. Chapter 182. He was so obedient that Shi Shujing couldn't get angry at him at all. Such a proud and resolute man showed such a soft side in front of her. It was enough to show how deep his love was. She shouldn't doubt his love for her at all. She was the only one in his heart now. There was no doubt about that. I've been thinking about you for the past few days. I've been thinking about you like crazy. Si Wenshin smiled bitterly, but it made people feel happy. Even his sigh was sweet. What drug did you give me to make me so infatuated with you? I didn't. This is called personal charm. Si Wenshin smiled. He straightened his body and held her face. He stroked her long hair, his fingers stroking her cheeks. Yes, you've charmed me. You've charmed me and you're still keeping a mistress. Keeping a mistress? What do you mean? You know yourself. I don't understand. Stop playing dumb. I've seen Tang Tang. Shi Shujing's heart ached again. I bought groceries and went to your house after work to give you a surprise. Instead of a surprise, I got a shock. You say you love me. How can you hide a woman at home if you love me? You went to my house. Si Wenshin's eyes lit up. He even bought groceries to surprise him. I was just passing by. Tell me, why would she go to your house? She had something to do back in China. I happened to be free, so I went to pick her up. Then you should have sent her to a hotel. Why would you bring her to your house? What did you do? What can I do with her? I swear to God, I have no interest in her at all. Who knows? She's pretty and has a good figure. Which man wouldn't fall for her? It's normal for men to sleep with their ex-girlfriends. Si Wenshin was annoyed and amused at the same time. What kind of person do you think I am? Aren't all men like that? I don't care about other men. At least I'm not. I don't even want to touch those I don't like. I'm a neat freak. Shi Shujing did not believe his words. Since you've already touched it, it's normal to touch it once or twice more. She believed in him, but what if there was a chance? Even if nothing happened that night, living together, who knows when they'll drink a little wine one night and get drunk? I can't live there anymore. The house is empty, so I let her live there. You moved away. Yes. Weren't you in the hospital earlier? I bought a house near the hospital. I'm afraid that you might need me for something, so I can rush over as soon as possible. Shi Shujing's eyes flashed. He actually did this for her. It turned out that he had been guarding her during that period of time. Her heart instantly softened. Then why didn't you tell me? I don't think you're in the mood for that. Never heard of such a saying? If you like someone, you do everything in front of her. If you love someone, you do it behind her back. I don't need you to know what I've done for you. As long as I can protect you, that's my greatest wish. Her nose instantly turned sour, but Shi Shujing's mouth refused to budge. It's all your fault. You made me run there. How embarrassing. Do you know how angry I am? When I see her in your house, I want to burn your house down. Si Wenshin was amused, revealing a mouthful of white teeth. You're so jealous? What do you think? What's the matter with an ex-girlfriend in your house? Anyway, I'm very angry. I'm so angry. That's an empty house. That's not allowed either. I've lived there before. Shi Shujing threw a little tantrum and started to make a fuss. I hate it when you come into contact with her. I also hate it when she talks about my relationship. Do you know how petty and jealous women can be when it comes to their ex-girlfriends? I always let my imagination run wild. What do you mean by being friends? Is she the only friend you lack? I won't allow you to contact her again. Okay. I'll try to avoid contact with her in the future, okay? As for the house, if you don't like it, I'll let her stay in a hotel. If you mind that she's lived there before, we can pick another house together. His indulgence made Shi Shujing blush a little. He pouted and looked at him. Do you think I'm petty and unreasonable? Of course not. On the contrary, I'm the one who didn't consider it thoroughly. I thought I didn't need to explain myself because I had a clear conscience. If I knew you were so jealous, I wouldn't have picked her up. But I'm really happy that you're jealous because of me. The corners of Si Wenqin's eyes were full of smiles. His eyes were brighter than the stars, and he was as happy as a child. He held her face as if he was holding a rare treasure, unwilling to take his eyes off her. Let's go. Back to our home. Si Wenqin's new apartment was very close to the hospital. The area was not particularly prosperous, but the environment was quiet and the facilities were convenient. The apartment was about 200 square meters. It was a little smaller than the previous one, but the decor was more cozy and the furniture was more complete. In comparison, his previous apartment seemed too spacious. Do you like it? Si Wenqin hugged Shi Shujing from behind. He rested his chin on her shoulder and kissed her face. I like it. Feels like home. But it's not like you. I've specially hired a female designer to decorate the place according to the hostess' preferences. Shi Shujing raised her eyebrows and smiled. I'm the hostess of this place? Si Wenqin gave her a room card. Before we get married, this is our home. We don't have to stay at Gao Zhuqing's place anymore. Also, you're welcome to do a surprise inspection at any time. Shi Shujing smiled so sweetly that her eyes were curved. She couldn't help but tease him. If you really have a new lover, you won't walk into the trap. You can just bring her to the hotel. Aren't you my new lover? Si Wenqin bit her ear. You're the only new lover in this lifetime. How can that be? New lover, the point is new. You've been with me for so long. Aren't you tired of it? I'm not tired of it now. I don't know. Why don't we try for a lifetime? It's so mushy. Let's visit the room first. There's a surprise. There was a super big waterbed in the middle of the bedroom. It looked very comfortable. This was the first time Shi Shujing saw it in real life. She was stunned and sighed. Waterbed? He walked to the bathroom and put down his hair. There was a smell of oil and smoke. Even with his misophobia, he could still stand it. Her phone rang. It was Si Wenqin's ringtone. Shi Shujing walked over and saw the two words Tang Tang flashing on the screen. What a mood spoiler. Shi Shujing wanted to ignore it at first, but her phone kept ringing. It was really annoying. She picked it up on purpose. Wenqin, are you still busy? I just finished work and haven't eaten yet. Do you want to come over and eat together? I've just learned how to make steak, which is your favorite. And your favorite red wine, which I specially brought back from the UK. Her sweet voice did not sound like a strong woman at all. It was also unlike the Tang Tang who was so domineering in front of Shi Shujing. She rolled her eyes. It's me. There was silence on the other end for a few seconds. You and Wenqin are together? Yes. Can't I? At this time, of course I'm with him in our apartment. Are you used to living alone in the apartment? You guys are living together? Is it strange for two people who love each other to live together? You're married. It's not like he doesn't know. Miss Shi, I think you're also a person who cares about your reputation. Even if you don't want it, you have to think about Wenqin. If your relationship is exposed, it will bring a lot of negative impact to Wenqin. If you love someone, you have to add flowers to his brocade, not drag him down and let him be criticized by others because of you. Even if you want to be with him, at least wait until after your divorce. This is between the two of us. Do you think he's not as smart as you? Do you think he can't consider the problems you've considered? If he doesn't even worry about it, why do you have to worry about it? The onlooker sees more clearly than the person involved in the game. He's just bewitched by you. That depends on whether I have the ability to bewitch him. Unfortunately, it's useless for you to be anxious. I have it, but you don't. He's done showering. We have to get busy. Bye. As soon as she hung up, her phone rang again. It was an unknown number. Hello, is this Shi Shujing? It sounded very anxious. Yes. May I know who you are? This is Rinha Hospital. CEO Qin had a car accident. Please come quickly. What? A car accident? Shi Shujing panicked when she heard that. How is he now? Is it serious? I'm not sure about the details. Please come quickly. Okay. I'm coming now. Shi Shujing grabbed his bag and rushed out. He bumped into Si Wenxin at the door. Seeing her panicked look, he also became nervous. What's wrong? Qin Baiyuan had a car accident. Si Wenxin furrowed his brows and asked coldly. Is he dead? I don't know. The nurse said it was urgent. I'm going to see him. I don't want you to go. Si Wenxin grabbed her hand. I don't want you to be with him. But he had a car accident. I can't just ignore him. You're not a doctor. You can't save him. It's useless even if you go. But I can't just ignore him, can I? No matter what, I'm still him. Si Wenxin frowned. His eyes were gloomy as if he would tear her apart if she dared to say the word wife. It's probably another trick he used to trick you. Don't fall for it. The call was from the hospital, not him. Who would joke about this? Let me go see him, okay? I'm worried. Si Wenxin held her hand tighter. He didn't want to let go. They were in a stalemate. What if I don't agree? Wenxin, we're at a critical juncture, can you not be like this? Is it my fault? It's not anyone's fault. But it's very serious. I can't ignore him. He frowned. Do you have to go? Shi Shujing bit her lips. She couldn't bear to hurt him. But at the same time she was worried about Qin Baiyuan. I beg you, Si Wenxin was very disappointed. He looked away and let go of his hand. Don't come back. Shi Shujing knew that she had disappointed him again. She felt very guilty and sad. She wanted to stay and comfort him, but time was tight. She left us sorry and ran away. Ding! You're tuning in to the Han Li's Wuxia Chronicles YouTube channel. We're so grateful for your support, and don't forget to subscribe to join us on this incredible journey through captivating stories. Your generosity through donations truly makes a world of difference, as it's the primary source of revenue that allows me to expand and enhance this channel for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this adventure.